tools to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Friday, September 22nd. Today in Baton Rouge, expect clear skies with a high of 94. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert. Yeah! Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Happy Friday, September 22nd, 2023. Football Friday kicking off here. A little Thursday night football action last night. Pretty awful game. The Giants are really bad. We'll get into it. We'll preview LSU Arkansas. We'll talk Saints, Packers, as Kendre Miller said to make his debut. And then we'll look at the rest of the football weekend. Hour 3, we'll do our row the boat bet of the week, which, what held us back last week? Florida State. Otherwise, we would have hit a 14-er, huh? I mean, it's the way it goes, boys. It's always the way it goes. But
what are the other ones? I know you had Kansas State.
Mizzou.
Yeah.
I had Texas not covering the 30-point spread.
Right,
Against
we all agreed on that one.
And then you had.
I think I probably had.
I mean, well, no, they were pretty communal. Like, we both agreed. We all agreed on Wyoming. And what you call
Florida State for sure.
Yeah, no, we all played. We all agreed on Florida State as well. I can't remember, but whatever. We'll do another row the boat bet parlay. God, I can't figure out the naming convention because like row the boat bet sounds really good, but it is a parlay.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly. Row the P-row parlay, right? A little local flair, a little too try hard.
We'll workshop it.
I mean, I don't know. Row
I got
P-row,
it.
A little more local. What?
The pontoon parlay.
Oh, okay, dude.
Yeah.
The LP pontoon parlay,
There you
baby.
go.
Let's go.
There you go, man.
Okay, I agree. From now on, it is no longer row the boat. I don't know why we're shouting out PJ Fleck specifically.
Yeah, I didn't really know that either.
It's the pontoon parlay.
Yep, pontoon parlay.
Taylor, nice work.
Thank you.
Here earlier today. That's the type of insight, energy, and attention to detail that we're going to need on this Friday. Because I'm not going to lie, my brain is kind of floating somewhere out there in space right now. The kindergarten meetup for the new parents went a little sideways talked night. It's funny. I was texting my high school group text, right? And they're like, only in Louisiana would the kindergarten, get to know each other parent event be at a bar. And that is true. But it goes a step further because it was at Uncle Earl's. So we're talking like a bar-ass bar, like one step removed from Tigerland. But it's a great way to separate. It's a great way to separate the chaff from the wheat, right? I ain't messing with anybody that left before 10 p.m. Sorry, guys. If you weren't there when I got in the Uber at 10:30, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work out. But the point of this is, I'm feeling a little sideways today. It was a weird, sneaky kindergarten night. I went looking for a little social lubricant, and I ended up in a kiddie pool of KY jelly. A little too much lube, if you will, last night. So today's going to be meandering. It's going to be weird. It's going to be a Friday show. No Rivers today, though. A little sus timing.
Yeah, it's real sus.
Kid had an event, huh? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do we have any Arkansas friends that aren't going to come on next week?
Sure was here last week in a sweater vest.
Yeah. Do we got any Arkansas regular guests? I don't think so.
No.
so we can't run anybody else off. Which, by the way, boys, I'm feeling great about the Arky game. Like absolutely spectacular. And not just from the film watch, although that did make me feel like LSU's going to smash. But we've been talking to this guy, Colin Wilson, of the Action Network, a gambling expert, but he's also an obsessed Razorback, to the point where he got successful enough where he could live wherever he wanted because he works, for Action Network and does gambling stuff. And the first thing he did was move back to Fayetteville and get an Arkansas press pass. So my man is like a woo pig, diehard, and reportedly, and you should follow him on Twitter. He's a really good gambler, Colin Wilson. But reportedly, everything's in shambles.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the Sam Pittman delete his Twitter.
New Twitter in zone dance.
Enos is out here blocking people all over Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there was some local interview where something to the tune or the effect of Sam Pittman saying, like, O-line doesn't know who to block.
Yeah.
Running backs running the wrong way. No, KJ Jefferson doesn't understand Dan Enos' offense fully. It sounds like it is an absolute disaster right now. And it's interesting, Jake, because it's a bit of what happened to Coach O to me, in that the CEO model is not a bad model, but the problem is you just have to consistently hit on these coordinators. And if you miss on a couple coordinators, and all of a sudden and that can happen to anybody. I mean, look at Saban right now. Tommy Rees feels like a miss. Feels really bad. I mean, Tevin Steele feels like a miss if they really got Travis Robertson calling plays.
Who's calling those plays?
That's what I'm saying. So it's not just like it can happen to anybody, but someone like Pittman who maybe doesn't have the, I'm an expert at this to fall back on, it may feel a little exacerbated, and it just seems like it's all gone really awry really fast and Fayetteville.
And throughout the offseason, we had guys come back, like Dan Enos and Bobo and all these guys kind of come back, and a lot of writers were like, do you remember what he did in the SEC? I'm like, well, barely. It was so damn long ago. They've had times, but, football's changed. And it's changed dramatically since those coordinators were successful. I'm not to say they can't figure it out along the way, but to just assume that they're going to be the same guy that they were in 2007 and 2008, that's wild. In 2007 and 2008, Jimbo Fisher could dial up a ball play better than anybody in the country.
Yeah, he was a QB guru. And he legitimately was. I'm not saying that exaggerating. Everybody falls off eventually. At that time, yes, he was elite.
And football's completely changed. And so, when you start going back and you're like, yeah, but man, 2013 he did this. It's like, yeah, even that, man, that's a decade ago.
Yeah.
And football, that's really when it started to change. And you started to see more 11 personnel, more spread principles, and you weren't running. Out of any kind of an I formation or even an ace formation with a back right behind the quarterback who's still under center. So, I never really understood why everybody's just like, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. It'll be okay. It's like, no. You have to hit on these coordinators. And when you lose a guy like, say, Kendall Briles. Well, Kendall Briles and Dan Enos are never going to be related in their schematics of what they call offensively.
Yeah.
Just not going to be.
Yeah.
And same thing with Bobo and Munkin to some extent. And so, it's a big deal.
We're going to see on Bobo, right? He is it's exactly what we said the entire summer about Georgia. You're just not going to learn anything. It's impossible to learn anything because nobody wants to deal with, well, it doesn't look that good, but they're winning 45-7 because they're not playing anyone. So, yeah, we'll see. You can very clearly see Arkansas and, starting to fall apart. We'll see if Bobo and company will as well. But I still think when they run into a good team, they likely will.
UAB at Auburn, Kentucky at Vandy, Florida and Jacksonville, Missouri at home, Ole Miss at home, Tennessee on the road, Georgia Tech on the road.
No, it's not. It's not until SEC championship.
They've got 2 ranked teams still left on their schedule.
Who?
Ole Miss and Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Tennessee's still ranked.
I think Florida's ranked in one and not the other.
Spencer P says, T-Bob, don't you dare feel good about this game. Kiss of death. Okay, relax, Spencer. I felt great about last game and what ended up happening, right? No kiss of death there. So it's, Scott Dice, good morning, OTB. Retro Bowl College is out.
Oh, boy.
And I can't stop playing it. Currently coaching Colorado. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Are we going to go down this road again?
Probably so.
It's a weird time when you, like, get on your phone and play one game, then you look up and it's been like an hour and it's like 11:30 and you're like, why am I not asleep? Should be sleeping. I should not be sitting here playing Retro Bowl in my bed next to my wife.
And then you transition to Retro Goal.
I never got hooked on Retro Bowl.
I did.
I know you did.
I was more gold than bowl.
I tried out that baseball game too. Good game. Never really got its hooks in me fully though.
Good game though.
Good game though. Both good games. Retro Goal and what was the
Baseball 9.
Baseball 9. Yeah. Daniel Bachelor's Jake is just now getting over soccer Retro Bowl. Yeah, you're about to relapse.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what the difference in college
like 40
is though, because football's
seasons
football, right? You're 40. Wait, what?
It's like 40 seasons in.
Into Retro Goal.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How long have you been playing Retro Goal?
Ever since we started, what, a year ago?
Bro, that's a long time ago. Yeah. That's like over a year ago, I feel like. Wow.
Yeah.
So you just been secretly playing it this entire time?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sneak a game in here. There.
Yeah, no, I know. When do you generally sneak it in? Bathroom?
During breaks of off campus.
Okay. Okay. Hell yeah. So wait, during breaks is a quick little sequence?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I saw a little pregame in the SEC. Our guy Chris Dorian looks like he looked, well, I think he had a cat in his hand.
A big dog.
A big dog, okay. But I like because he was white fur. But it's weird. Florida's been so bad recently that I actually found myself like, good for him.
I know.
Good for him. Like he was so happy.
I
He
know.
was like the swamp was back and the
He was so
crowd
jovial
and
about
everything else. And I was like, you know what? And it feels good to head Pat. But I was like, you know what? I'm happy for you, CD. Hell yeah, man. Congrats, Florida.
I was the same way. Like you know my feelings towards Florida. I was like, good for you, CD.
Yeah.
Good for you. You don't have to, get beat up yet again on the SEC network.
No. I think he even had another bet where like this time with Jason Swain maybe where somebody has to wear some uniform or something or another. So good for CD finally winning one of those. Taylor, you're surprised everyone's a Colorado fan all of a sudden?
No, I just think it's funny.
Let's go Buffs, dude.
It's like you got Offset, you got The Rock, you got Lil Wayne. Like none of them any ties whatsoever to Boulder. I just
think it's
funny.
they have a tie. They have a tie. Prime.
Oh, they're
time.
all friends with him.
Prime time. Okay, everybody wants a little shine from Prime. How you are a Cowboys fan and you dislike Deion Sanders is beyond me. He didn't even play quarterback. Like I understand hating your quarterback on the team
look,
you
if
love.
he's got,
But, like, what did Deion do in a Cowboys uniform that made you hate him so much?
If he wants to come back and play, Dallas needs a corner. So
I don't think his toes can do it.
No.
His toes are better than Trayvon Diggs' knee right now. So
yeah, wait. So what happened there? I just
tore
saw
his ACL in practice yesterday.
No.
Non-contact, just one-on-one drills.
No.
Yep.
That is. I mean, I hate the Cowboys, but that's awful. I mean, the worst. That is the absolute. Injuries are the lamest part of sports. That's awful. I'm actually legitimately sorry for you. The coolest part of sports are people like Micah Parsons doing jab steps before the snap and then beating the center for a sack.
Yeah.
I think Myles Garrett started something here. When is DeMario Davis gonna show us a little and one mixtape before he rushes the center?
I feel like Cam Jordan would be the one.
That's true. Good point.
Yeah.
It's a very good point.
Yeah.
I need somebody to go all out and back a tackle down and then spin off. You know what I'm saying? Like if this forward facing stuff, like just sit there, just do this, spin off.
No, I need him to hit a jump back step and then drop into coverage.
And then
drop
back
into
belly, yeah. A little James Harden double jump back.
Yes.
And then hit them back pedals.
It'd be cool if they could dunk on the tackle while sacking the quarterback.
I agree. Yes, like if you do like
Somehow.
a jab step crossover and then you jump up and like, I mean, if it's like, who's like the least elusive quarterback in the NFL? Jimmy G.
Least elusive.
Andy Dalton starting on Sunday.
Ooh,
I actually
let's
love
see.
Purdy. Is Purdy elusive?
Yeah, Purdy can run a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Purdy can run a little bit. Oh,
Is it Kirk Thuggins?
it might be Kirk.
You could probably
Jared Goff.
Yeah,
Jared Goff would be
Goff.
up there.
You could probably jump and just like, Put your nuts
Justin
in Jared
Fields,
Goff's
since
face.
they switched
Just
offensive
Master sacking
coordinators.
him. Yeah, exactly.
Justin Fields, since they switched offensive coordinators, apparently.
They're making him think too much, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I don't make quarterback to think. I want him to play.
Wait, is Bryce Young out?
Yes.
What's he got?
And his ankle. He hurt his ankle against the Saints.
Okay.
It's a great point by Kyle Batson in the Body Ford YouTube chat, youtube.com/1045 ESPN if you want to get on. He says The Rock does have a tie to Boulder.
I know. I heard this joke on Saturday.
Oh.
The Rock, Boulder.
Get it?
I get it.
I think that's great.
My little brother calls me, hey, you watching Game Day? And I was on and off watching it. I'm like, yeah, why? The Rock's a guest picker. Get it? Because Boulder.
Oh,
and I'm you called me for this purpose.
Wow, you have a good little brother.
You took
How old is he?
He just turned 21 4 months ago.
That's actually really good.
He's going places.
Yeah, he calls me and I'm like, this was the purpose of this phone call.
Well, that's why The Rock kept saying, I'm home. I couldn't figure out. People tried to tell me it's because he started SmackDown. No. He was amongst his people.
Yeah.
Other rocks.
Yep.
Mountains.
Rocks make up boulders.
All right, when we get back, we can talk a little LSU Arkansas. We can talk a little Saints Packers. Again, any questions you have about this game, matchups, anything, put them in the chat. We'll answer. More Off the Bench coming up next. Football Friday.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. JB says Rock's daughter's in WWE. Her name is not The Pebble. What a waste. Damn. You know who never wastes your time or resources? All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. I mean, you just spell it out, the sign. It's a great place to start your journey. You can explore the collection they have. You can look at all the monthly deals they got going on. Remember, if you're a recent graduate of military, remember they always got deals for you. The bottom line, though, you want to find your next Toyota at All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. Maybe it's a Sequoia, seeing a big old truck like a Tundra. Maybe just a Tacoma. Maybe it's new. Maybe it's a Toyota certified used vehicle. It's all there off of Airline Highway. Go see them today, All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Or maybe it's lease, or maybe it's a rental. Different ways to be able to go out there and get the Toyota of your dreams. And remember, everything's available in leasing as well. We tell you that in the rental department, but leasing, everything is available, full fleet there. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP or 2.9% for 72 months on all new 23 Ram 1500 trucks in stock. All with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Life in Louisiana is a song. A symphony of sound, colors, and movement. Life is here, now. For life's moments, big and small, always there. The right card, the right care.
Scoocha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there in the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come home in Baton Rouge. Operator, what you put me on through? Gotta send my love down the
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile.
Join me for a Football Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show, presented by Corks Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. Preston Guy of TigerBait.com, talking Tigers as we get you ready for LSU and Arkansas and Saints Packers. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. Shout out Ryan Clark. Went and visited Greg Brooks in the hospital. Supporting 3 as he go through. Everybody pray for 3. The team going to honor Greg Brooks this weekend with some helmet stickers that say number 3. Again, a lot of love and support from both communities this weekend for Greg Brooks. Not just LSU. Obviously, originally had to find his way at Arkansas, starting as a true freshman, and then eventually made his way back to the boot. LSU Arkansas playing tomorrow. Be a great environment. What do you think? You think that stadium's going to be full, or at least close to it?
I actually do. I think.
Well, SEC home opener. Team's got some juice.
Not a team home opener. I mean, you had a chance to go watch play Grambling. Grambling brought a lot of fans. It was fun. And it was actually a pretty decent crowd. But I expect this to be, SEC prime time against a team that you're familiar with. They'll bring some fans as well.
Golden boot on the line, boys.
Golden boot on the line. Typically, this game's much later in the year, and so now you get it in September. Brings a little different dynamic to the game, but I expect it to be. I mean, why would it not be? You got Herbie and Fowler coming down, so, I mean, it's a big game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a and so I hope I hope everybody goes, has a great time. I hope it's filled out because I think it's going to be a smash. Jake, if we were to go position group by position group, is there anywhere that you would give Arkansas the advantage over LSU?
If Rocket Sanders is healthy and playing.
Which, again,
exactly.
The Razorback obsessive that I referenced earlier, Colin Wilson, does not expect him to play. Yeah. Reading the tea leaves. He does not think. He said Pittman kind of caught himself saying that it wasn't seeming like Rocket Sanders was going to play, and then said, oh, but you know what? We'll see. It's a game time decision. Whatever. So, no, I don't think Rocket Sanders is going to play.
Yeah, and that case, no. Not right now. Dwight McLaughlin's a pretty damn good corner.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, if you want to go maybe take a look at him. I mean, obviously LSU fans know him very well, but no, look, it is what it is. Like, you have the individual matchups, you have the group matchups.
Yeah.
And we've watched the tape, we've broken down the tape, and you have advantages in this game. That's why you're a 3-score favorite in this one. But I'd love to see them come out with the same mentality that they had last week. I mean, they found out quickly they were the better team, and then they showed throughout the game why they were the better team.
Yeah.
Like, took advantage of everything that they were given by Mississippi State. You're going to have some of those same advantages. Now, you're going to have a little bit better playmakers, I think, than Mississippi State in some spots. like we've seen KJ Jefferson go off, but he doesn't look like the same KJ Jefferson.
No.
Within this Dan Enos offense that he did under Kendall Briles. And so, no, I mean, if you want me to try to find a spot, maybe corner.
Yeah, and even then, it's like maybe like just Dwight. And to be clear, I'm interested. Like every game, I'm interested to see how the LSU secondary is going to hold up. It's weird that Mississippi State wasn't able to test you and wasn't really able to give us any more. Wasn't able to give us any more insight into how good this secondary may actually be. Maybe we'll get a little more tomorrow. It remains to be seen. I think. Yeah, look, who do y'all, okay, this is maybe not who do you expect, because I expect Malik Neighbors to have another big game. Why would I not? Right? Like we mentioned, 50% of the time they play single high safety. They want to man up on the outside. That's exactly every time you attack. And weren't they single high every time you attacked Mississippi State last week?
They tried everything about the
Maybe
end
there
of
was 0 at one point. Either way, though, like that's exactly what you took advantage of last week. So I think you'll probably do the same in Malik. But is there anybody you want to see have a big game? Be it like a Chris Hilton or a Kyron Lacey or a Caleb Jackson. Like, is there anybody that you would feel much better about the team going forward if they popped off?
I was just about to say Chris Hilton. I mean, you talked about the one high safety. Chris Hilton beats everybody with speed, and he's looked really good Grambling and last week. You know, he's made some plays downfield. I think that's the guy you got to get involved, because you mentioned Dwight McGlothern. He's going to be on Malik Neighbors all night long. Who's that number 2 guy who's going to step up, who's going to cover down the field a little bit? I think Chris Hilton could have a big game.
It's true. What happened? Am I crazy? Like, Kyron Lacey kind of felt like, did he? I don't remember him.
So he was in the game.
Week?
He was in the game because I did see him a few times. I don't think he had any catches.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to say, it feels like it's been quiet ever
score.
since that first game, considering that he kind of had a lot of hype. Mason Taylor is going to be back this game. I think that's another advantage for LSU. I mean, when you look at what they did against Mississippi State, they essentially did it with a tight end group that was kind of not a factor in the pass game. You know, now granted, like I talked about during the film review, I really like Mac Markway's blocking potential. It wasn't perfect, but of course not. He's 18 years old, but he's big as hell. He's willing. And he's got a great frame and good feet. Like he can be a deadly effective tight end in both blocking and pass catching when it comes down to it. But he's not ready to be dynamic catching the ball quite yet, right? And Pimpton just feels a little younger kind of in every area. So getting Mason Taylor back is actually a significant upgrade for LSU. And when you look at what Jaden Daniels likes to do, it should help him a lot that Taylor's back. I wouldn't mind Taylor having a big game, even though I don't think this is the game. I think it's a wide receiver game. And Chris Hilton's a great answer. Like, let Chris Hilton take the top off the same way that he did against Grambling. What about you, Jake?
I'll probably go to the defensive side of the football and probably go Andre Sam. You're going to be without, obviously, I mean, we've talked about Greg Brooks, unfortunately, and the situation he's going through. And then Andre Sam's going to be a safety that has to step up. And last week played 40 snaps, thought he played pretty well at times. And you're going to need him. And you're going to need him to play well. I mean, you're losing a lot when you lose to Greg Brooks on the field and off the field.
Yeah.
And so Andre Sam's somebody that I thought last week held up pretty well. You're going to have to do it again. You know, Arkansas's not necessarily going to threaten you too much down the field, but they do a lot of things in the intermediate part of the field that you're going to have to be responsible for. So Andre Sam to me, and if I had like another one, maybe Whit Weeks.
So that's what I say. Who do we? Okay, so Omar's not going to go.
No, so he was questionable all week. Yesterday at Kelly's press conference, he said he's downgrading him to doubtful.
Okay.
So I would imagine he's out.
Who do you think? So who do you think the starting middle linebackers are going to be? Is it Greg Penn and Whit Weeks?
Yeah, I mean, if you're still using Harold Perkins as like a nickel Sam, then yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Perkins is definitely not going back to the inside. Which that's so weird to think about. Why didn't we spend an entire offseason trying to make that happen, and then it's one game?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it was immediately in game 2. He was back in nickel Sam. They're like, all right, whatever.
Gary Dellinger at center last year.
Yeah, no, exactly. Again, like we said, credit the staff for avoiding, the bad logic of we've put so much into this, we have to make it work. Like, it didn't work. Okay, we're out. It's just funny. And look, nobody's worse for cross-training, right? Like, all you do is gain more because everything's so interlocking with football. It's such a team sport that if you learn another position's responsibilities, all that does is help you no matter what other position you're playing because you have a further grasp of how everything works together within the scheme. So it's not bad. It's just kind of funny how It was all off season and me like, no, never mind. Nah, not going to happen.
Yeah, for what it's worth, Perkins was going to be my answer. And I know Arkansas is probably going to game plan for him after what he did to him last year.
Yeah,
but it would be nice to see. It'd be nice to see him pop off a little bit.
I mean, remember, he popped off last week. I think he's going to continue. I think he ends up with another sack this game. One thing about KJ, though, who was their backup quarterback that played last year?
It was Malik Hornsby.
He transferred.
So Hornsby, though, when he got pressure, he would immediately run backwards. You ain't running backwards from Harold Perkins. One thing KJ does a very good job of, he ain't afraid to step up in the pocket. Like he'll navigate the pocket, which means two things. Mason Smith and Mekhi Wingo, Jordan Jefferson, who's ever in the middle of their Giller, you will have sack opportunities when he steps up in you, or you push the pocket, he can't step up, and that's when Harold Perkins feasts. Okay, so that's one thing I'm very excited to see because I do feel like this is an offensive line. I think you can beat him with 4 eventually.
Yeah,
they're not awful, but I don't think they're as good as you.
I like the rotation they have now on the defensive front. Remember last year you couldn't really rotate. You didn't have the bodies to do it. That's what led to Mekhi Wingo having to play every snap basically. But when you look at this last game, I mean, Jordan Jefferson, he played 18 snaps. Mekhi Wingo played 19 snaps. Mason Smith played 29 snaps. And so, Savion Jones played 19 snaps. And so you're really rotating them through. Now the game got away from Mississippi State, so you could play some guys like Jalen Lee got 13, Jacoby and Guillory got 11.
Savion Jones only played 19. It's interesting.
But last year when we would do this exercise, it would be Mekhi Wingo playing every play of every game. And so, you got just like Savion Jones only played that amount. I mean, same thing, Jordan Jefferson, who played really, really well after the film review. He only played 18 snaps, but it was a very impactful 18 snaps.
I mean, that's ideally what it should be. Right?
And they didn't have the ball a ton. What they had the ball, like 40-something plays?
It was 40 minutes.
50.
Yeah, it was that. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because it was 40 minutes to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
In time of possession. But,
50 plays.
50 plays. Wow, that was just an ass kicking last week. Again, I think we're going to get more of the same this week. I think if you look at the SEC right now, who is LSU worse than? I mean, you can answer Georgia because that's logical, and until Georgia loses, it's a fine answer. But outside of that, nobody. They feel like the best team.
It is so boring watching Georgia.
Yeah, it's awful. We're talking about it's awful. I would loathe doing, and people might say I'm lying here, but I'm not. So this goes back to the whole Grease rant of a couple of years ago. I would loathe doing a Georgia show right now. What are your topics?
Kirby's halftime speech was legit. I'll give him that. And look, they're winning.
I hope so. They're down 14-3.
Have you heard it yet?
No, I haven't heard it.
Ooh,
Should we play it next? Can we play it?
Yeah, we can play it.
I'm saying he doesn't like.
I think he says.
I was about to say Kirby's known to.
I know, but
I've seen his
I
speeches
know,
before.
but I think he only says one curse word that we can say here, so I think we're good. We'll vet it.
All right.
It gets you chili hot.
I do like Kirby. He's got. Yeah, I love Kirby's voice. His voice doesn't match his little Hobbit body, though, does it?
Oh, speaking of Hobbits, Bobby sent me a text early this morning. Said, tell T-Bob Happy Hobbit Day.
Happy Hobbit Day. Why is it Hobbit Day?
Pretty sure that's what it said.
Huh. All right, let's go to break, and we'll do some research on this. Hey, real quick, though, before we go to break, I want to remind you, go to Rejuve-Me Medical. Restore me, refuel me, Rejuve-Me. Maybe you feel like you're moving a little slow nowadays. You're like, I don't want to get out of bed, or you don't have energy to do your work. You don't have energy to be with your kids. What you need to do, look, that, mood and memory, insomnia, weight gain, facial aging, andropause, menopause, it's all treatable, and it's all treatable at Rejuve-Me Medical, where they understand the aging process. And it's unique to each of us. Male, female, 20, 30, 40, 50, I don't care. It happens at different rates. The point is, you go into Rejuve-Me, you get your labs drawn, the free consultation, and you learn what's wrong. And then they customize a plan for you to fix it. Get to where you want to be, Rejuve-Me Medical. RejuveMeMedical.com. All right, when we get back, more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Get 3.99% financing on select 2023 models at Corvell Toyota in Opelousas. And we also have a large selection of pre-owned inventory. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It was a humid day. Barefoot children play. Looking for that summer shade. Time to slip away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756.
This Sunday as we bring you 3 NFL games, starting with our noon kickoff, the New England Patriots against the New York Jets. Immediately following that game, it's the Chicago Bears against the Kansas City Chiefs. And then our nightcap, the Steelers and the Raiders. Tune in here on 104.5 ESPN.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. A little OTB. Bobby Carpenter has informed us. Shout out Bobby C., professor of finance. Off campus, Meathead Radio with Jake Hester, Sirius XM 84. It was on the McAfee show. Does it all.
Yeah, business owner.
He owns a business as well.
Yeah, he has an HVAC company.
What?
Yeah. If you watch the All-22 of Ohio State, any of their games, you'll see him flexing on the scoreboard in his ad that he has on the scoreboard.
But Bobby, also like me, is a massive nerd.
Yep.
And he has reminded me that September 22nd, it's Bilbo and Frodo's birthday. Congratulations. Happy birthday, guys. Hope you're doing great. Happy Hobbit Day. Taylor, you're going to watch Lord of the Rings tonight, correct?
I'm planning on it.
What? What do you mean? What do you have to do?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, dude, you don't have children.
You got to understand, I know we're being like the obnoxious people that are like, you don't have kids, but
for real.
But for real, though. Like, what do you have to do?
No,
what do you have to do?
I suggested it to the wife last night.
Has she ever seen it?
No, actually. So I was like, it'll actually work out. The question for the class,
You're
though.
going to get laid. You might have kids after this.
Why do you know when his birthday is? And again, I've never seen the movie, but like
it's from as you're gonna figure out, his 111th birthday. 11-1. He throws a pretty epic party.
Okay.
It plays a big
but like
part.
it says it's on September.
Not 22nd. In the
22nd.
movie, but in the books, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what I was wondering. I was like, how do you know this?
It is Happy Hobbit Day. Something that you never want to dive too deep into fantasy is like, why do they have the same calendar as we do? I kind of like it because I don't want to have to deal with like fake calendars. Like,
well, that's what I was wondering because I was like, I feel like Lord of the Rings wouldn't just casually throw out, September 22nd, man, party. I was
well,
like,
it is interesting too because Tolkien wrote, he was a professor of linguistics at Oxford, and so he wrote entire fake languages with like dialects and grammatical rules. But then he's like, F it, we'll do the calendar. July named after Julius Caesar, August Augustus, who cares? That's fine. Whatever. Let it ride. Which I agree with, again. Although the tone of Lord of the Rings is very interesting. Hobbit and Lord, because you could tell when he started writing, he didn't quite know how epic or fleshed out it was going to become. So it is a little more like fun. Like even in the beginning of The Hobbit, there's the story of, I can't remember this giant hobbit who once killed the Goblin King and hit his head with like a stick and it rolled in a hole, and that's how the game of golf was invented. Like very random. Not at all how the rest of Lord of the Rings ends up feeling or being, but that's how Tolkien wrote, He would write and it's like waves where you get a little bit farther each time. He'd write to a point, start over, write to a further point, start over. So he never quite knew where it was going to go. Like leaving your house. That's what Bilbo says. Happy birthday. Happy Hobbit Day. Can't wait to only talk Lord of the Rings with Bobby today off campus.
I figured.
Lord of the Rings setting the mood for getting late is quite the leap of faith. No way, man. I don't know, dude. There's no way that, well, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's no way after that party scene, Taylor, you might have to pause it. All right. Kirby Smart during halftime, Georgia down 14-3. I've been informed that this is a pretty badass speech. So let's hear it, and we'll judge it on the other side.
Hey guys, listen to me. I need all your eyes in here, okay? This is what we train for. This is what we work for. This is who we are. We sat right here and we got an identity game against Missouri on the road. You know what? It was very similar to this. It was sloppy. It was nasty. It wasn't pretty. And then we came out and we found a way. We always said it would not be pretty. Here's the goal for the second half. We're going to get about 6 possessions on offense. 6 possessions, y'all got me? Including the first one. We're going to score on 4 of them, okay? They might score once more on defense, but that's it. You understand? And we're going to win the game. We're going to come back in here and have a good time and figure out how we can get better. But this is what I need. This is what I need. Anybody listening? We need to win one moment at a time. What's the first moment? Kickoff return.
Georgia is trailing. It is not how things usually go in Athens.
What's the next moment? The first play on offense.
Beck wants to throw deep. He's got Rah-Rah.
Not the drive, the first play.
And Rah-Rah makes the catch.
We're going to win one moment at a time because we're not outcome related. We're not worried about the outcome of that play. We're worried about winning a moment, Ernest. Can I win one moment? And then everybody, look at every and say, one more moment, coach. You say one more moment, Rush. We say it. One more moment. One more moment. Marcus, one more moment. You got me? You look me in the eye and tell me, Rah-Rah, it's going to be one more moment on the fade. One more moment, and we go kick their ass by how we play. Let's go. Let's go.
Damn. That's good coach right there, bro. Yeah. And it's funny because outside looking in, a lot of people would expect an MFing, right?
Yep.
You're down 14-3. What the hell are we doing? No. He said that was well handled by Kirby Smart right there. That's how you do it. He and sometimes you do need to MF a dude, right? But a great coach can suss out what is needed at the time, and at that time, they needed a little, hey, boys, no panic, pick me up, let's go. We got this. Like, this is what we train for. You know what that sounded like? One snap and clear.
Yeah, no, it did.
I mean, I'm just saying, dude, it's the philosophy.
Yeah.
Not outcome related, being present. It's everything we always talk about.
So I think when you hear that, you're like, okay, I guess I get how this guy made his team feel like they were an underdog last year. Like I think he does a really good job of presenting things to his team. That was well done. In the moment, not to overreact and to kind of lay it out for them and the opportunity they had in front of them and getting the ball back. And, oof, that was good.
I had no idea the Mexican alien was on the team, though. That's crazy. Yeah. He just, showed up. I was like, whoa, what the hell? All right.
That should come with a warning before that popped up.
When we get back, let's close out hour number 1 of OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Community Steel Company, guys. CommunitySteelCo.com. Tell me every day you need purlins, tubing, steel buildings. You want to go to Community Steel Company. They're in Gonzales, Louisiana. They got a 15,000 square foot warehouse. Make it all on site. There's no middleman. There's no national BS where a bunch of people got their hands in the pie driving up the price. You get the best products at the best prices locally with a live and local sales team. Okay? Again, purlin, tubing, steel buildings. You want Community Steel Company.
Yeah, go check them out. Remember, they'll be open today until 5 p.m. Already open, by the way. Early bird gets the worm. They've been open already for 15 minutes. Open the doors at 7:30 a.m. And you're going to talk to somebody that's in that building when you call the number that we give you. Not somebody in Atlanta or Houston or Dallas or some big city. No, somewhere here locally in the Baton Rouge area that can help you out. And the best part, they can help you out today because they are here. That number is 225-647-2020, 225-647-2020.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford is taking $10,000 off MSRP on select new 23 Ford F-150 trucks. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-20.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for a Football Friday edition of AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Phil Steele previews the biggest games of the college football weekend. The Riot Radio Hours return. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTB. It did look like Kirby does look like a Baldwin brother. It's a very good point by Chad. I never considered that. Happy Hobbit Day. Appropriate that we played Kirby today.
Happy what?
Hobbit Day, yeah. I mean, Kirby's got a hobbity vibe.
Does he?
Yeah, bro. What do you mean? He's like short and he's not fat, but he's just kind of like, you know, hobbity looking. He has like hobbit proportions.
He's a thick boy.
He's thick, not fat, but good thick. All right. Probably has hairy feet.
Smokes out of a pipe.
Probably
good. Good.
Hobbits have hairy feet and they don't wear shoes, Taylor. In case you didn't know.
Hey, I'm going to learn.
You're going to learn
I'm
today.
going to learn.
I'm very excited.
Learn today.
I'm very excited.
If I was to ask y'all this college football question, go around the room real quick.
Yeah, hit me. Give me anything to talk about. I just need something.
Which game is going to do a bigger TV number?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Colorado at Oregon, or is it Ohio State at Notre Dame?
What are the times?
Surely. I think they're both at like 6:30, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Surely Ohio State Notre Dame's going to win this one. I know Colorado, Oregon. I know Colorado, Nebraska at noon beat Texas, Alabama, which is absurd. I know Colorado State broke all the records. But that was a great game day. It was the nightcap. Going head-to-head with Ohio State Notre Dame, and Ohio State Notre Dame going to be on NBC, I'm guessing?
I think so.
Surely, that game will win.
I'd put it like this. I think more college football fans will watch the Notre Dame Ohio State game, but more people will watch the Colorado game.
So they are different times. So is this... I've got 2:30 ABC for Colorado, Oregon. Everybody good? Everybody got that?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Central Time. 2:30 ABC for Colorado, Oregon. And then when you look down the road, you've got 6:30 for NBC, Ohio State, Notre Dame.
That changes things for me a little bit.
ABC, huh?
Yeah, you got it.
I just feel like 2:30, a lot of people are like out and about. You know what I mean? Like the noon kickoff, you're still at home and you're like, I got to run and do something. Like 2:30, I feel like.
I do a poll every day for off campus, and this was the question yesterday. Which way are we going to vote?
I think Notre Dame Ohio State's easily going to win this.
I'm close because
I think they're still, and then even at 2:30, they're going to be going against the CBS game.
Okay.
Alabama,
Ole Miss.
Yeah, I just think there's just too much. There's too much working against them this week.
All right.
Whereas they were at 9, they're the only show in town. At 11 a.m., they're the only show in town. Not this week.
Okay, Taylor.
I think it's closer because, like, look, let's just call it like it is. There's a lot of people hopping on the Colorado bandwagon right now. I mean,
Colorado.
Yeah, I don't. Mouth's dry a little bit. But two huge brands, especially at Notre Dame, playing against an Ohio State. I think that's the difference.
Okay.
Like the two major brands facing each other.
I
So
mean,
I'll go Notre Dame, Ohio State, but I think it's gonna be close.
Notre Dame, Ohio State are brand-ass brands.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're huge brands.
But to Taylor's
Top
point,
5.
a lot of people that aren't really college football fans are going to watch just because of Deion.
All right,
like,
so we're voting.
the Deion factor is real.
I agree with that. I think they're going to be close, but we'll vote and see what the numbers say. All right, with 400 votes, like exactly 400, Ohio State at Notre Dame, 51.1%. Wow. Colorado at Oregon, 48.9%.
Wow. Okay.
No, it's going to be close because, like Mario said, like a lot of people that wouldn't ordinarily watch Colorado, they interviewed Offset on the sidelines during the game, and he's like, I think we're going to win. We're going to win. I'm like, we? I look it up. I'm like, dude, you're from Lawrenceville, Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but still, he's isn't there some Offset, Cardi B, something or another?
I'm pretty
drama
sure they
going
broke
on?
up, yeah, and they like made really suggestive music videos.
Husbands or something. I don't know, whatever.
I like Offset better.
Because Colorado's cool, okay? I don't know if it's ever going to get in because home field is apparently experiencing an unprecedented amount of orders, they said. But yeah, I got drunk the other night, but I bought a couple of Colorado shirts. Just cool. They got cool colors too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Fantastic uniforms.
Like great unis, the black, gold, and white. If you're a Saints fan, you probably already are kind of, Pavlovian preconditioned to enjoy it. It's just cool, man. That said, there's no way they win that ratings battle. I will be shocked.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Stunned. Amazed.
I mean, over 9 million for Colorado State.
I know. Mountain West, but everybody watches Mountain West Pac-12. Okay? So what are we talking about?
Yeah, that's why it's still a conference.
It was kind of the only game on, like, at that time.
Yeah,
so.
Taylor, why don't you explain it away? I'm sure you've got all your, your debate bullets ready to go about why Prime's not that effective at Colorado and why, people aren't actually watching. Fake numbers.
People are watching.
No, apparently. I'm watching for Accutemp to come by today because my AC's out. Which, if we lived in a normal place, September 22nd would not be a problem. But we live in an ever-warming hellscape, and it's still 100 degrees outside, and it was miserable last night. But the point is, I didn't know until kind of after the workday. I call Accutemp. It was so easy. Set up a time to come today. Call you beforehand. You get that licensed bond insured service. You take advantage of that service to the highest degree. Shout out Accutemp. AccutempBR.com. AccutempBR.com.
Officially, it's a fridge full of beer. Unofficially, it's free AC. Coors Light, the official beer of everything unofficial.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP or 2.9% for 72 months on all new 23 Ram 1500 trucks in stock. All with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water, they can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of Front to Back Boat Service.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Friday, September 22nd. Today in Baton Rouge, expect clear skies with a high of 94. Coming up on OTB, we talk to Big Fave, Marlon Favorite, coming up next. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. Our boy Big Fave bringing in from the break because he's kicking us off as he does every hour. Here in hour number 2, we're going to go inside the trenches of Big Fave. Hello, Fave. What's up, bro?
Hello, somebody. Talk to me now, T-Bob. Happy Friday, baby.
Happy Friday, bro. How'd it go last week at Small Sliders?
It went pretty good. I did a little performance after.
Okay.
I think CL and Whitney, they did an excellent job. Of course, we talked a little LSU, and of course, spent a little time on the Saints. And man, I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. My co-hosts are doing an excellent job, and I'm enjoying my family over there at Small Sliders. Only had 2 sliders last week, two sliders and a few fries.
Stay disciplined.
Why
Stay
are you lying
disciplined
on a Friday, Fave?
No. I lied for you before I lied to you. Big Fave never told a lie.
Yep,
Except
I'm
for
telling you, brother. Now,
37.
when we were in college, I had to hit them live cookies up. You know what I'm saying? Them caramel cookies. And I had about 5 of them.
Them lot cook cookies, dude. I used to smuggle
You
them.
and Saran Black both.
I used to smuggle them to the movie theaters with cartons of milk in my tracksuit.
Yes.
And then pop
Yes.
that thing open while watching whatever movie we were watching. What was y'all's favorite movie we ever saw? As
American Gangster.
Okay, I was gone by then. Either Crank or Get Rich or Die Trying.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was before my time, both those. I remember we watched the Kevin Hart stand-up that one time, and it was great. You're going to learn today. It was a lot of fun. Very good.
Yeah, Crank was not good when you had a young Manny Miles in attendance, and there was a scene where he had to get his heart rate back up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. He just keeps his heart up the entire time or he dies.
Yeah.
Hey, Fave, so look, we said it last week. Felt good about it. LSU was going to dominate in the trenches. They do. They dominate the game because of it. Give us your breakdown of how the D-line played. Who jumped out to you?
I mean, brother, I think these kids are listening to us in the morning. Last Friday, we spoke about Davion Jones, and I think he really sparked it off up front for us. That's what I was looking for because he's showing us some presence in the run game. We wanted to see him get off in the pass. And Al Perkins, baby, I mean, he got some action in there as well. I liked his play. That's where we want him at, right there. You know, being able to make those decisions. I mean, to move all around to give us a better opportunity. And of course, Mekhi Wingo, man, he's just really solid. I'm performing the front, man.
Fave, hold on one second. Mar, maybe call back Fave for a second. I don't know what
Be interested to see like what Mekhi Wingo's draft stock looks like.
I mean, imagine he'd be pretty good. What does he not have? He has the size. He has all the measurables in the weight room. He has great tape out there.
Because for whatever reason, like kind of always like reluctant, not us. I mean, we've been singing his praises for 2 years, but reluctant to kind of give him the credit he deserves.
I guess he doesn't have like the overwhelming stats maybe that some of these high pick interior.
Well, maybe like
tackles
sacks,
have.
but the grade there is highest in the country.
Yeah, sure. Fave, what's up, man? Sorry, we lost you for a second. What were you saying about Mekhi Wingo?
No, I really think he's helping his draft stock.
Yeah.
I mean, he's solidified himself, in my opinion, as one of the top-tier linemen in our league, in the SEC. I mean, last week, he led the D tackles and tackles. I mean, he had a sack as well. We had 4 sacks last week. Yep. That's the Tiger defense we need to see. That was a challenge every week when we were in school, too. Like Coach Dunbar used to come up to us, or whether Coach Bellini or Coach Earl, and say, hey, guys, if everybody get a sack up front, that's 4 sacks up front. You help your secondary out tremendously, and it showed this weekend.
I've been impressed with Jordan Jefferson, Fave. I think coming over from West Virginia, you didn't really know what you were going to get. And every time he's been in there, and that's only 18 plays last week because they only played 50 as a defense, but he's been very impactful and somebody that now, like, you don't have to have Mekhi Wingo and Mason Smith play every play.
I agree with you, Hess. What I like about that more than anything else is the rotation.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about, like, think of this D-line last year. We watched Mekhi Wingo play almost 100 plays one game. We won't have to see that because you have guys like Jordan Jefferson that can rotate in and make some noise. And, you still have Big Tank Guillory coming off the bench as well. So it's much more opportunities to make certain things happen.
Fave, last one on the D-line, then we can move over to other topics. But how did you feel about Mason Smith this last game? Still maybe hasn't had the big moment. How'd you break down his play?
I mean, he made 2 tackles last week. With guys like Mason Smith, you won't get a lot right away in terms of making big plays, jumping right back. What I like about Mason is that big body presence. I mean, he had like 1 or 2 tackles last week, but he was still present, and that's what really mattered. And wasn't getting pushed around, didn't get moved out of his gap. So when you're able to have him, and then the plays will come. They'll come. Somebody's going to try to run in his gap. He'll make a tackle here. And like I was talking to him a few weeks ago for the alumni practice, I'm saying, hey, man, go into your toolbox of pass rush moves. You don't have to just maul a guy every time. You can finesse it. They're going to expect you to maul, so play film games. That's what I used to like to do. Play film games. Like, we'll play against Ole Miss. I'll put these set of pass rush moves. I'll bull rush the whole time and then come back and I'll finesse the next game. Because when they watch the film, that's what they see. So just being, as he matures and his football IQ gets better, he'll be a monster. He will, guys.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think, like I said, it's been an upward trajectory as he's kind of refined himself. I think he's going to be big this weekend. Fave, I kind of see a lot of the same this weekend. I see an Arkansas team that is, I do think they're better than Mississippi State, at least offensively, but I don't know if I think they're good. And I see a team that can be exploited in the trenches for the second week in a row.
I'm with you on that one. I thought we did an excellent job going out there last year, but if you look at this season, they do have Jefferson active. He wasn't active in last year's game. He was hurt. So that's somebody we have to keep an eye on. And I just really trust the way our guys are playing in the trenches this time around. We were all a little nervous last week because obviously you had Florida State game, and then we played Grambling, so we really couldn't judge them. We needed to see solid SEC play, and they provided that against Mississippi State. So I'm with you on that one.
Big Fave. We got your Fave?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got him.
Am I going in and out again?
No, you're going.
You cut out for a little bit. Hey, Fave, you still got Singular Wireless out there? Come on, man. Upgrade that phone.
You know what I'm
saying? Hey, Fave, look.
Run out of minutes.
Run out of minutes. Come on, man. Go to the Sprint store. Hey, Listen, I'm prideful from where I'm from. I know you're very prideful from where you're from as well. And I know you went to West Jeff just like Greg Brooks went to West Jeff. And so I know, obviously, that news probably meant something, maybe even a little bit more to you when you saw that come across the wire this week.
It broke my heart, guys. I'm close to his family, obviously. Hank Tierney coached his dad. So we would see Greg Brooks Sr. a lot at Shaw when he would come around. And, of course, when I transferred to West Jeff, the family was still around. So, prayers go out to Greg. Just a positive young man. Just how he impacted the guys around here on that team, like Ashton Stamps. He's been mentoring Ashton since he was in high school, working over there with Robbie Green. And prayers go out to his family. Miss Pat, his grandmother, when he first got to LSU. Now, you better be looking out for my baby now. It's just my heart and prayers go out to that family, man. It's been keeping me up at night the last few days. So I just pray he comes through fine and come back stronger than ever. But man, my prayers out to my West Jeff brother, him and his family.
Yeah, man. Prayers for three, certainly. And all the family, positive energy, everything, all the healing Greg Brooks way, Ray. And, he told Brian Kelly he wants the boys to go get a dub. And senior, it's got to be so hard to kind of process all that as a young man, seeing your captain, one of your brothers like that, be in this situation. But you gotta try to honor him and what he wants, and that is for the Tigers to go do it on Saturday.
I have a suggestion for them real quick, man.
Yeah.
We did this back when Charles went down with an injury. We all wore the number 91 on our tape, so I encourage the defense at least to put the number 3 on their tape. Show some love. I know that would mean a lot to him and his family that they plan for him.
Well, Big Fav, I know they're wearing a decal, a number 3 decal on their helmet, so the entire team, I know for sure, will have that.
Praise God, man. Awesome, man. That's big.
All right, Fav. It sounds like we're pretty much on the same page here. I think Jaden Daniels is going to dominate. I think Malik Neighbors, Chris Hilton, the receivers, said to have another big game. I think the O-line, D-line's going to kick ass. Maybe the only thing I'm a bit concerned about is that secondary. What do you want to see out of that secondary this week that'll make you feel better about this defense as a whole?
I just want to see better communication. You can tell when the secondary is communicating on point, and everybody's just playing hard-nosed ball. The D-line, I feel, is going to give them the pressure that they need to give the defensive backs a better position to make plays.
Yeah.
Putting pressure on the quarterback, but we really will miss Greg back there. So I need somebody else in the secondary to step up and probably be that vocal leader. I don't know if it's a Major Burns, somebody of that nature that can kind of be that voice in that secondary. So I mean, you look at it from that, I think we'll be okay. This is us coming back home. We want to have a nice home game against Arkansas. We're able to handle business away, so you'll have that energy out there. But that's the main concern I have, guys, that we communicate in the secondary.
Fabe, what's going on today? I know, obviously, you, BT, Hunt, going to be on the LSU pre and post tomorrow. You can always listen to that on Eagle 98.1. They do an awesome job. You got anything going on this Friday?
So this is a jam-packed weekend. We have small sliders from 12 to 1.
Let's go.
Small sliders Marrero, so we'll be broadcasting live from there. They can check that out on the New Orleans Talk Network YouTube app. And, guys, when I tell you, I'm actually going to broadcast from home. So y'all going to see me. I'm going to do the whole Zoom thing. Because I have to sing in a wedding here on Saturday.
Dude, you are a Renaissance man, Fabe.
So I talked to Chris Blair earlier this week, so I'll be with Brandon and them via Zoom, and then the West Bank Fest is on Sunday. 2 o'clock I hit the stage, which I got another football hiccup. I'm gonna have to bring my iPad with me to keep on the Saints game.
Hell yeah, bro.
I love it, baby.
Wait, so what?
Entertainment at its best.
So when you sing at a wedding, Fabe, are you singing Big Fabe originals, covers, a mixture of the two? How's it working? Are you in a band that does this regularly, or is this like for a friend or something?
So this is a family member. My cousin Anita Walker's getting married, And she heard my song Nowhere. She said, "You gotta sing that song at my wedding."
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. I was ready to go all Gerald Levert on him, though. I was ready to sing some old school Babyface or something. I was ready, but I'm gonna perform Nowhere there before the wedding and jump back on that LSU Sports Radio.
I love it, bro. You got to get somebody to film it and send it to us so we can push it out there. I got to see this.
Man, thank you so. I sure will.
And never forget, Fave gave us an unforgettable performance. Was it New Year's? Was that 07?
I think so.
Was that what? Was
07,
that?
yeah.
It had. Well, what happened? Was because y'all were a band at the time. What happened to the group?
Black Venom. No, I have a song with Young Fat that's gonna come out next week. And Shay Ducks, I have a song out right now on Moolah Music's album featuring Big Fave called Chill. Shay Dutch wrote that. I just sung the whole song, so I still do some collabs with BB.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. All right, Fave. Last one. Did our boy Mario get a gift card from you?
He got the gift card.
Let's
It's waiting
go.
for him right here, baby. I'm going to have to bring it on out there. I'm going to bring him the small Sliders gift card when I come out there for our next home game. You got it, Mario.
I believe it.
Oh, wait, you didn't get it last week?
No.
Wow.
I had a high school game, man. I
Oh,
got to
yeah,
link up
that's
with
true.
Big Fave.
That's right.
He's going to save it for me. All good.
That's right.
I got you covered, brother.
Appreciate you.
Small
Appreciate
gift
you.
card.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
All right, Fave, you take it easy, man. You have a very fun and full weekend, and we look forward to talking to you next Friday, bro.
Man, see y'all next Friday. Hello, somebody. Let's move that body, Tiger.
Hello. Goodbye.
Hello.
Avo says,
Good morning.
Black Venom sounds like an emo band name. It actually was kind of emo. It was a little Linkin Parky, if I remember. It was like a little rap rock at the time. Fave's a man of many talents, though. High energy, can sing, dance, write music, produce music, sports takes, everything. When we get back, more off the bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, you can lease a new Toyota 4Runner for $489 per month. That's right, you can get a brand new 2023 Toyota 4Runner for $489 per month. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Make this summer your backyard party year with Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin, plus great Cajun side dishes. We do all the prep, and you enjoy laughing with friends and family. Chris's Specialty Foods, Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Scoocha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of Front to Back Boat Service.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Week 4 in the prep football season, and we get started with Louisiana Prep Preview, presented by Brock. Friday night at 6, Catholic High and St. Thomas More kick off at 7, and that's immediately followed by Louisiana Prep Scoreboard, presented by Lake Urgent Care, on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTB. Chat wants you to come back with Limp Bizkit next time. Wow. So we show ourselves to aliens. What will be their Limp Bizkit?
I have not thought about Fred Durst in a long time.
We had this talk one time when Hester was hosting. You weren't here.
Yeah, we did.
And I was like, Limp Bizkit, a big part of my childhood.
We did.
And Taylor was like, WTF. And it's because he played Undertaker's song at one point, like his entrance song.
Yeah, because like Mario was just sitting there. He's like, man, this song's such a big part of my childhood. I'm like, why?
The only Limp Bizkit song I can call just off the jump is Rollin', right?
Yes.
That's got to be pretty much everybody.
That's
I don't know if there's any.
yeah.
Rollin'.
Did it all for the...
I thought that was Kid Rock.
No.
That's Limp Bizkit? Okay. Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah. Now, Kid Rock was Ball with the Bob. Remember, we played that one
No, I
time.
know that.
With
I know that.
Theme of college football.
Florida State's down to 1.5.
Yeah, they're on the road. Clemson has their backs up against the wall.
No, it's stinky. It's stinky because it feels so obvious. I played it immediately.
You played Florida State?
Yeah, I know.
Ooh,
I know.
I stayed away from that one.
I know. After getting
Too
burned
much
by
on the
Florida
line.
State last week, I said, I'm going to touch that cast iron again. I'm going to see if it's hot still. We'll figure out.
We get maybe the last edition of the Iron Skillet game, TCU SMU this week. SMU didn't want to play it anymore.
Wait, what's the Iron Skillet game?
That's SMU TCU.
Why is it the Iron
that
Skillet
it's
game?
called that.
I'm saying, why is it called that?
I don't know.
No idea, but it's awesome.
Is there an Iron Skillet that you win if you win
Yes.
the game, like a trophy?
Yeah.
Is it about fajitas?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
Is there an in-restaurant experience that gives you, we mentioned Pavlov earlier. Pavlov's dog, right? You ring the bell, the dog starts drooling because you've trained him when you ring the bell that delicious food is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a bigger Pavlov's dog moment when you're at a restaurant than the sizzling fajita tray coming out? I mean, it's just goated. I mean, queso coming out is great as well.
Yeah,
I mean, your food coming out is always good because you're like happy. Your food is there. I'm trying to think. I like when people make my guacamole in front of me.
And then you smell like the fajitas for like the rest of the day.
Ooh. Yeah, you smell like fajitas the rest of the day. Well, that's why you want to eat them at dinner, and then you just go home and go to sleep.
Hold up. I nominate old school Pizza Hut. Like when Pizza Hut used to be a dine-in experience, and your pizza used to come out.
And Pizza Hut last night.
I agree with the
fajitas,
fajitas,
an
though.
assault on the senses. It's so good.
If I'm at a Mexican restaurant and like somebody carries fajitas going by, like I almost always order fajitas as well. Like if I haven't ordered yet.
Yeah, it's almost impossible not to.
Okay, T-Bob, an SMU fan fried frog legs as a joke before the game one time, and then a TCU fan said, hey, don't eat that yet. If my team wins, I get to keep your skillet and I get to eat the frog legs.
Well,
So,
I'm seeing
skillet game.
That's how it started.
Well, I'm
That's
seeing
what it
here.
says.
This is on SMU's official site. During the World War II college football boom, the SMU and TCU student bodies created a traveling trophy called the Iron Skillet that was presented to the winner of the annual football game between the arch rivals. The tradition eventually died and the skillet was lost, but then they brought it back. So the original skillet lost, but now they brought it back. And to Taylor's point, that might have started it, but I don't know.
It was a World War II thing?
World War
It goes back
II.
that long?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Hell yeah.
I read that as one at the beginning. I'm like, wait a minute, they didn't play football as World War I? No, two.
I love.
I know they
cast
played
iron skillet.
college football, but I didn't know the SMU TCU played.
Okay, we got some more good experience in the chat. Avomar's wanting to point out hibachi. Hibachi's great, and in terms of like, it just seeing that little onion volcano, and then turn it into a train and watching it choo across the sky. I know I'm gonna have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm gonna have a good time. Nothing better than a high energy hibachi host. Right? And those can go either way. Sometimes you get a guy, and I get it, because I can't imagine being on every single table, every single day. So sometimes you get a guy that's kind of going through the motions. But when you get a guy that's in it, he's having a great day, shrimp are flying into people's mouths, eggs in the hat. I love it all. What's your favorite hibachi move?
Ooh, when he spins the egg, like he spins it. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep.
I like
it up, catch it, and then
I like getting, when he throws the piece of whatever, right, throws it up and you got to catch it. And there's always that one person that just hates life because they get called on, and they've got to do it, and they always are so bad at it, and they know they are, and they know it's going to be embarrassing.
That's my wife at hibachi restaurants. Like we were out with a couple friends of ours a couple months ago, and it was hibachi, and she leans over to me, she goes, I don't want to do it. And I was like, well, what do you want me to do? Like when he's passing, and like he's throwing it, and there's like two people till her. She goes, no, like I don't want to do it. I was like, do you want me to tell him no? I was like, what am I supposed to do?
He's got to go for it.
She wound up doing it, and it was fine.
Yeah, imagine this. I love attention, and I love catching the shrimp.
I enjoy it
I
too.
feel like I am really, I'm getting ahead of the phrasing jokes people are gonna make, but I feel like I am damn good at catching food in my mouth.
Well, especially like if you go
Like,
first
really
and
good.
you get it first try, like
Easy.
you're on cloud
No,
nine.
every time I'm going. I'll get it first time every time. If you put enough height on it, don't line drive it to me. I guarantee you, I will catch it in my mouth. I'm a
Don't line
beast.
drive it.
No, don't line drive it. If you're ever throwing food, that's the key. You want arc, so you can kind of get under it and kind of find it.
I've got faith in you.
I think my favorite hibachi move, again, though, I just love an onion choo-choo train.
Yeah.
It's impossible for me to get away
and
from
especially
it.
if they get the old good wooden train noisemaker, the
oh,
whistle.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
when they call it I guess the cook calls it like Japanese volcano or whatever, and he does the onions. with the fire.
So that's what turns into the train.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
get
yeah.
the big flames and the smoke comes out. Nyquil says, is there anyone that does a different hibachi routine? That's true. There's probably...
Yeah, across the country, they all do this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, every hibachi place I've been to has the same
And
routine.
most of them have the little guy that like pees on you. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
He's the little.
Wait,
they pick
the
it up.
what?
It's
Yeah.
like this little guy, and it just squirts water, and they pick it up and they push its head, and he like pees on you. You've never seen that?
You've never seen
I've
that?
seen that like
Yeah.
in every hibachi
No, I don't
restaurant I
think
go
I've seen
to.
the guy.
Oh yeah.
Or even if they pour like the soy sauce on the rice, he can do that too.
He
Yeah.
squirted. He's like pees on it. Yeah.
You feel slighted.
I feel a little left out.
Yeah. You feel like Washington State, Oregon State.
Yeah.
He's a little guy. He looks like the burger guy that Dr. Evil flew in on Austin Powers.
Oh, okay.
He looks like
I know
that
what you're
guy.
talking about.
Yeah, he looks like that guy.
And it's coming out of his genitals?
Yeah.
Like he's peeing?
They like push his head or something. And but it's like water.
Does he have pants on? Is
Yeah,
it just
I
like
think
a
so.
hole there
Yeah.
that it comes out of?
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
cool.
so.
Cool. Well, now I'm a little upset. I feel like there's probably some market share to be gained, though, for a different hibachi routine. New tricks. More advanced tricks. What if there was like a disrespectful one where they're just like throwing the food at you? Like not tossing it to you, but you're just humming eggs. And well, I guess you can't really hum eggs at people. But just humming shrimp and whatnot at people. What's the best part of the hibachi food? Fried rice?
Yeah.
It's impossible to beat.
Yeah.
It's the best.
I agree.
Is there a hibachi community college where they all learn the same routine? Asked Nyquil Steve. It's a good question, dude. Who was the first? We need to look this up. Who was the first person to do the hibachi routine? Who invented it? Tommy Hibachi?
The first records of hibachi-style heating devices are alluded to during the Heian period of Japanese history, dating from 794 till 1185 AD.
Well, so that's badass. That's really cool. I love that history of the actual like hibachi table goes back that far.
Yeah. In 1945, the first recorded hibachi restaurant opened in Japan.
Okay. So I wonder when the first routine was.
I think here. Patrons were amazed by the chef's abilities to artfully craft meals while putting on a culinary performance.
Oh, okay. There you go. 45, dude.
1945.
Shout out. What's the name of the place? Do we know?
Yeah. I got it right here. Misono.
Yeah.
Misono?
Yep.
Shout out Misono, dude. You have left. You know, everybody wants to do something in life they can essentially achieve immortality, and that restaurant did. I mean, that has gone worldwide now.
It came to the U.S. in 1964, it looks like, New York City.
Bro, do you know how freaking hyped you were in 64 when you saw the first hibachi routine? You had to be mind blown. We take it for granted now, but you've never seen anything like it. The onion volcano would have legitimately scared you if that was already in the routine. By the way, one of the funniest things about the onion volcano is watching little kids cry. They get so scared every time. Stupid little kids. They're not going to burn down the place. Stop crying.
It's like it's still open in Japan.
Misono is?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Should we make an OTB pilgrimage?
I'm so down.
To the hibachi host.
Look, they got a lot of hibachi places around here.
Yeah, I know. I never think about going anymore. I need to go again. I
go a decent amount.
We should do an OTB hibachi night.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, they can come try the original canes by us, and we can go there.
Break the cycle a little bit.
Yeah, sounds good.
Because normally we just do queso and stuff. All right, that's a good plan. We'll nail it.
I like this plan. Excited about this plan.
All right, when we get back, more off the bench.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done. We mentioned the new, or not the new, you've seen the Gordon 3D billboard where he's like a big, like, human, giant statue of Gordon that extends past the billboard, where now there's a giant purple helmet on it because it's football season, boys. And in honor of that, Gordon's marketing nothing if not timely, right? They got a great sit down with Malik Neighbors right now. At Get Gordon on social media. You want to go see what makes Malik tick? Grub with G, go check it out. It's a really good interview, as they all are. Give you great insight into your favorite athletes. And remember, if you get in an accident, you need somebody to fight for you. 225-888-8888. Get Gordon, get it done.
Yeah, go to the website, getgordon.com. You can do it all there as well. So if you can't get to the phone, but you can also go to social media, like T-Bob said, all major social medias, because we don't know what they're called these days. The handle is @GetGordon. So go to getgordon.com, @GetGordon, and always area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luber for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water, they can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines, or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years,
Charles Handigrove, join us for Football Friday from Rufino starting at 10 a.m. It's Lock of the Week Friday presented by Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments. We're getting you ready for the weekend. Join us at Rufino's at 10 a.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Kind of a cancelable birthday theme.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Not ours.
Not ours.
We were just invited.
We won't say who, but
we were invited and we were questioning everything.
It was a little bit of a cultural appropriation birthday party. It was very interesting.
T-Bob and I were like,
Can I put on this Chinese lettering headband? I don't know if I should take pictures of this.
Yeah, I think
Is
I'm
that
out.
a kimono?
Yeah, I'm definitely out. Y'all have fun.
You're from Livingston. That's cool, man. It actually was awesome.
Everybody's going to think it's me now.
No,
we didn't know you
at
at the time.
Yeah. It was actually awesome, though. We did see a traditional performance of like a Chinese dragon dance, and that was dope as hell. Mm-hmm. Very cool to see live. Those kids are some beasts.
Yeah, I went to an Italian and Vietnamese wedding over the summer, and it was really cool. Saw a lot of that.
What was different about it? What kind of traditions were there?
Similar to what you just described, and then Italian traditions too, I guess.
Like, do Italians, or is this just Jewish? Do they smash the glass, or is that Jewish people?
That's Jewish people.
Sure. Feels vaguely Italian as well.
Kind of.
Okay.
Ben
moving
Levy,
on.
this song sounds like cocaine. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
I will say, when we don't give Mario direction, he always goes the wrong one.
Wait, what we're talking about? What do
song.
you say? No, I don't know. I don't. Well, I like more electronic music. I don't think that you and Mario vibe with each other at all musically.
But you don't listen. I hear you every morning what you listen to.
I don't listen to anything that anybody else listens to. This is true.
Well, I mean, I think my stuff, like, my taste is closer to what you listen to than this.
Oh, I'm not saying me. I'm not putting me in this equation at all. I'm saying you and Mario do not vibe musically.
I think Mario just plays it because it's in front of it.
I
right?
mean, yeah, I like some music that Hester likes too, like 90s stuff and Christina Aguilera and whatnot.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
that's where we're going next.
But you're like me, a little bit of an EDM boy.
Yeah.
You like an electronic little pump it up.
It's early in the morning, man.
Get
We gotta
excited for the weekend.
Yeah,
Don't worry, guys. I'll pick the bump music for the rest of the show.
No.
I don't want to listen to.
Unless you're going Bubba Shot the Jukebox. That's the one you play.
We can play that. We can play that once.
I don't want to listen to Kane. What's his name?
Kane Brown.
Yeah, I don't want to listen to Kane Brown. Taylor,
I'm not a huge Kane Brown fan. He's all right.
My brain is so broken. I went Kane Womack.
I was thinking Kane Womack. I swear to God, all I could think about was Kane Womack when I said that. That's why.
That's literally the only Kane that came into my mind.
That and Harry Kane.
We talk way too much college football.
Yeah, way too much. Robbing Ashford. Not the leading rusher on Auburn.
Crazy.
No.
From
the
a
quarterback is, but not him.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
I think A&M's going to smash Auburn.
Kind of has a feel of it.
Yeah. College Station, more complete team, quarterback, Evan Stewart's balling. Yeah. If Hugh Freeze does pull it off, my God, then A&M has to fire Jimbo tomorrow, right? Like you have to, you have to just come up with the $70 million somehow, and just make it happen. But there's no way. I think
he's going to be a analyst at Alabama the next week.
Look, the Alabama halfway house has served many very well. Like Lane Kiffin even tweeted about it today or yesterday when he was tweeting about, it was a question of what are you grateful for? And he said, Nick Saban taking a chance with me when I was down and out.
Yeah.
And look what happened. I don't think the Saban-Tommy Reese relationship is going to end up in the same way, unfortunately.
No, Tommy needs to call plays to his player strengths.
Why?
He hasn't realized that yet.
Why?
Shout out Justin Fields.
Why was Mac Jones running twice the amount of RPO that Jalen Milrose run this year?
Yeah.
That is mind-boggling. And that's the biggest thing. Like, you could say for Tommy Reese that, it's more about the players or whatever, but it's stuff like that points to, and the bad visual of this in the Texas game where he's on the phone just looking exasperated, head in hands, wondering what to do. You got to be careful about the bad visuals because that thing looms large now.
BBL, bad body language. And, you left your home. You left where you were a quarterback.
God,
you left where you played. You were the man.
They loved you.
Be careful.
And I get it. Because, honestly, being an OC at Alabama has worked out for everybody recently. Lane Kiffin went on to great things, obviously. Steve Sarkisian did. Bill O'Brien's back in the NFL as an OC. Brian Daboll. Oh, no, he was never a coordinator. He was just the O-line coach, right? But still, it's worked out for everybody. Don't know if it's going to work out for old Tommy boy. What game you all most excited for tomorrow?
That's tough. That's so tough.
I'm going chalk, man. It's Ohio State Notre Dame to me.
No, that's not my answer.
I'm going chalk.
I'm very excited for it, but Oregon, Colorado's got real juice. Let's.
I thought you were going to go full hipster and be like, I want to see Utah and UCLA.
I don't think. See, I don't think that would be hipster. I think
it's a little hipster.
I think
on this weekend, it's a little hipster. Not a normal.
I think the hipster would be Oregon State, Washington State, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. That's the most hipster answer, easily. If you're not, and that's gonna be a great game as well. But if that's your number one game, you're trying a little too hard.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
I'm excited for Utah, UCLA, but it's hard to get away from Colorado, Oregon. To me, I want to see how do you stack up.
Prime effect has you has it enthralled. Huh?
I think that's now the sicko game in me wants to go wide out Penn State, Iowa. That's my style of football. Doesn't get played very often.
Yeah, again, I feel bad because that's just a one-way street for me. I only care about judging Penn State. I know Iowa's going to win the Big Ten West. I know they're going to end up in the Big Ten Championship. I know they're not going to win the Big Ten Championship. And I know they'll be sitting on 9 wins with a bowl game to win 10. So, like, all I care about is how good do I think Penn State is going to be, and this is going to show us with Drew Allar here.
I'd probably go FSU Clemson. I feel like both teams' backs are kind of against the wall,
Really?
even though FSU's undefeated.
Favorite game of the weekend?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
not playing really well. They looked suspect last week against Boston College, and Clemson. You know, people say their empire's fallen. They need to kind of win this game to prevent that.
Yeah, no, this is a break the wheel game, break the cycle game for FSU. Prove that you are indeed back and that Clemson's time as the big dog is indeed finished.
I'll go this one just because it's important to LSU's schedule.
Nope.
I'm going
My
Ole
bad.
Miss, Alabama. We talked about it yesterday. Like, this would be back-to-back home losses for Nick Saban at Alabama. Can Lane Kiffin finally break through and win that big game that he hasn't been able to do?
True.
How is the West going to shake out if Alabama wins or loses? I think this has a lot on the line for both teams.
Man, you are sitting pretty if Alabama. Well, I guess not really because you're still going to go against each other. But yeah, if Alabama, we know. Yeah. Never mind. It actually doesn't change too much of the math on who's going to win the West. Since you still got to go head to head. It's gonna be a great weekend, boys. I cannot wait. I'm gonna lock in all day tomorrow at the office. Million games rolling. Oh, what a fantastic day. All right. When we get back, let's wrap up hour 2 of OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552 is the number. CentralPlumbing.org is the website. Any plumbing issues, man? 50 years, 5 decades. Okay, I talk about it all the time. The Payne family has been in this game for a long time, and it's ironically named because it's a painless process when you work with Central Plumbing. You call that number. It's very easy to set up a time. You get licensed, bond, and insured service. You know exactly who's coming into your home. They have great warranty coverage, flat rate pricing, so none of that surprise BS where the quote makes you your hair blow back a bit. CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552, CentralPlumbing.org.
Yeah, when you go to the website, right there on the homepage, like obviously, like T-Bob, I give you the number. We know emergency service 24/7, 365, but also you can click on different things like bathroom remodel, give you an idea of what they can do for your space, come out and give you a consultation, where they replace everything. And that's home or business. Also, go tankless today with a tankless water heater. Never run out of hot water again. 225-925-8552.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Bayou Ford is taking $10,000 off MSRP on select new 23 Ford F-150 trucks. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come on, live Baton Rouge. I'm ready what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down to
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luber for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
In the prep football season, and we get started with Louisiana Prep Preview presented by Brock. Friday night at 6, Catholic High and St. Thomas More kick off at 7, and that's immediately followed by Louisiana Prep Scoreboard presented by Lake Urgent Care on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
If anybody hasn't read this article, I don't read it. This was brought to me by a mother of children. I think this is worth reading. Let me tell you why I'm talking about this article. 3/4 of this is inaccurate. It's fiction. Here's all that kid did. He goes to class, he's respectful to the media, he's respectful to the public, and he's a good kid. And he's not a professional athlete, and he doesn't deserve to be kicked when he's down. That's why I don't read the newspaper. Because it's garbage. And the editor that let it come out is garbage. Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a kid. Write something about me or our coaches. That's all I got to say. Makes me want to puke.
Who's clapping? I always wonder who's clapping at the end of that
It's
clip.
like 2 people in the back like,
yeah. Tell him.
Was Mac Butler back at Oklahoma State then? Maybe it was
I
Mac
hate
Butler.
The newspaper. Oh, Mac. Well, I ain't talking about Mac.
No, it's funny. Y'all were laughing. I never picked up on him saying a mother of children.
Yeah.
Like that would
Kind of
classify you
implied.
as a mother. Yes.
It's a bit redundant.
You would argue that's the only way that happens.
Funnily enough, the player he's sticking up for actually kind of hates Gundy. Yeah. He's talked about it publicly.
And it's the if you're wondering why did they play that, it's the anniversary of that fantastic clip all the way back in 2007.
I do not enjoy that being all the way back in 2007 for one thing. I also do not enjoy creeping closer to 40 and watching that clip as well, because I used to think he looked old, and now I'm like, man, he looks young. He looks great. Looks like my age.
Yeah.
So the worst part is watching professional athletes start looking like high school kids to you, and then watching the coaches start looking like your peers.
Or like when you're like, wait a minute, I remember watching that clip when I was playing college football, and now, I'll be damned, I'm a year and a half from 40. I'm a year and a half from that age.
Seeing the MILFs in the video turn into your wives' friends. Just like, what's happening?
We need a bonk sounder, man. I can't.
We
believe
really do need a bonk
I can't believe I'm
sounder.
just thinking of this, but we need a bonk sounder.
What's also kind of depressing about that clip today, if you're just thinking about the state of Oklahoma State, is, man, it seems to have really fallen apart. Like, they were so good for so long. Gundy was such an overachiever there 2 years ago. I mean, look at the fall off of Baylor and Oklahoma State. Was it 2 or 3 years ago when they had that epic game where it came down to 6 inches?
It was two years ago, because last year was TCU, Kansas State, and then Baylor, Oklahoma State 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2021 season, they beat Ole Miss in Sugar Bowl, right?
I mean, just think about, like, where would they have been if they would have found a way to play y'all in 2011? Now, y'all would have crushed them,
Yeah.
But just to get to a national championship game, what would that have done to their program? Could it have unlocked something? Because they did overachieve.
Yeah.
Like, you got to give them credit. Like, it hasn't always been, highest of peaks, but it's always been pretty steady.
They used to have them dogs, though, dude. Justin Blackmon back in the day.
Yeah.
Name me another good Oklahoma State player.
Tatum Bell.
Tatum Bell.
Running back.
Who's the quarterback?
Brandon Whedon.
Yeah, Brandon Whedon.
Good player.
Is he old?
Yeah, he was like 27 when he graduated college.
Des Bryant was a monster.
Des Bryant was good.
Yeah.
He was a little before that
Yes,
team.
that's right. Who was the best old quarterback ever? Is it still Chris Winkie?
I mean, it's
you
gotta
got
be-
Chris Winkie, you got Danny Cannell, you got Matt Mock.
Well, you
got
want to
Brandon
say
Whedon.
like accomplishment-wise, it's probably Stetson, right?
Well, but he's no. I'm talking like you got to be like 28.
Like baseball,
okay.
like
I'm saying you gotta
baseball
be like
guy
28.
that came
Yes.
back.
Yes.
Then yeah, I mean, maybe Whedon. Whedon put up a lot of points.
I mean,
but
Winkie won the Heisman,
Winkie
didn't
won
he?
the
Yeah.
Heisman.
Winkie did
though,
win the
dog.
Heisman.
He won a, I don't know, man. I wonder what did
What was old boy from Michigan? Drew Henson.
Drew Henson.
He beat out Brady.
He did.
Him and Brady rotated, and he was kind of the starter. Brady
Yep.
was not.
He's so mature.
Played baseball. I think he was Yankees drafted him.
Winkie's probably the answer though.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Eric Truss says Josh Booty.
Oh, Josh Booty was. That's an answer. That's an answer. He was an all-SEC quarterback one year. Shout out, Evangel Eagles, fly high, 3-1 great.
So did he go? So he
Nobody
went to
says fly
USC
high.
and then he came back, or how's
No, John David Booty.
Oh,
that
okay.
was my quarterback at Evangel. He went to USC.
Okay.
Josh was number 5 overall pick in baseball draft.
Work out, John.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bone.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Friday, September 22nd. Today in Baton Rouge, expect clear skies with a high of 94. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah, no. I mean, I can't even hate it. I will, whenever a sports team that my child plays on has like a college mascot, I will absolutely buy a shirt from that school.
Yeah. So I was telling T-Bob.
Let's go Buffs.
We, I got 37 children. So one of the boys had a game last night, and they're at the Tar Heels. Shout out Tar Heels. Got a dub. But I don't have a North Carolina shirt. And I just, I wore like navy pants and my Navy My High hat because Flynn's the only way he would do the podcast if I wore it all week. But I had an LSU shirt on because that's like all I own. Y'all see me every day. That's all I wear. And we were playing the Tigers when I got there.
Wow. Wearing the enemy colors. We're in Alabama red.
Basically. So, yeah.
Speaking of Mills, T, how's your mom doing? Okay,
Is that Danny?
Brennan?
Oh, no, Brennan.
Brennan? You're close to a 5-minute timeout.
No, you're not, Brennan. I'll get you
relax.
out.
Relax. I need you to pump the brakes. Sheriff, I see you in the chat. Take care of this, okay? Normally, Rivers joins the show right now.
Yeah.
Very sus, very conspicuous absence. Let me make sure, see what her excuse was, and we can see if we believe it or not.
I mean, last week came in here very, questioning our football knowledge. Had the sweater vest on and was like, y'all are getting a little too fat and cocky about this game.
Well, yeah. Try to tell us we were wrong.
Yeah, I tried to. We're like, well, actually, we were right even more than we thought we were going to be.
It's the most right I've ever been about anything
I think of our predictions that we've had, I feel like that was probably the best. You're right.
She said you had a kid church thing. Very vague, but also kind of an unassailable excuse. See, boys, we talk about being parents all the time. One of the advantages is you can throw a lazy got a kid thing if you ever want to get out of anything. Kids got this, kids got that. What are you gonna do? Can't make it. Sorry, bro.
You can.
Not that if I tell you that,
I was about to say.
Chill out, because I actually have a kid thing. Okay, so relax.
Yes.
Can't do
If I honestly though, it depends on who you are. Like when I tell you, the day before, I'm like, hey T, the boys, they got donuts with dad, whatever it might be. Like, hey, I'm gonna be 30 minutes late.
Yeah.
And it's legit. But if somebody just randomly is like, I got the thing, the thing, it's the thing. Like, no, they're lying. They're lying. Like, you got to give me specifics.
No, kid churching. Kid churching.
I mean, gosh. Did LSU win by 4 touchdowns? That's something that happened.
Well, the great part is we're going to be here. We ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
we'll be here next Friday. And Rivers will be back, and we'll just get on her then. Step Danny Hebert's entered the chat. T-Bob's mom with eyeball emojis. Again, calm down. Alvo says, when the kids are young, the best excuse is, sorry, I can't. That's during the nap time. You got to be careful with the nap time excuse because it can make you seem a little bit like, I don't want to say a crazy parent, right?
Yeah.
But like a little like type A. I mean, everybody has different parenting styles. I know people who are obsessed with keeping that kind of rigid schedule, and that's all well and good. But
that ain't me.
But that's what I was gonna say. It is though, like if you are if that's gonna be your excuse, you are going to catch some judgment for if somebody doesn't agree with that or isn't in the same boat.
Yeah, we. I would never have the opportunity to do that. Not do you? It's your children, obviously. There's no like set schedule. I mean, we are everywhere all at once. Ball fields and different, like Knox had a scrimmage last night that didn't end until like 8:30.
What?
And across town.
What?
So it's like Jackson has games in Live Oak and Zachary that don't start till like 7:30. What? So
can't we just like play it like 5? There's just not enough fields, I guess. I don't
Well,
know.
people can't get, I mean, because traffic,
Yeah,
and
that's
you're
true.
coming
That's
from
true.
Baton Rouge going to Zachary or whatever. And then you notice something like a lot of like middle schools and other places sometimes will play on the weekends, but they don't here because of LSU games. Because all these coaches and players be like, I ain't going to be there.
Yeah, we had a wife's friend had a housewarming party last Saturday.
Oh, that's fun.
11 a.m. I told her I wasn't going. I didn't go.
It's good.
And Victoria says, well, if people ask where you are, what do you want me to say? I said, tell them I'm at home watching the game.
Yeah,
I did the same thing at a baby shower
So
a couple weeks ago.
It's yeah, man. Look, eventually, that's actually when you've really transcended, like, to self-actualization, the top of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, is when you're just like, no, he's not here because he didn't want to. He wanted to stay home and watch football. Like this, like when you eventually get comfortable enough, you know, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not gonna do that. Like I remember reaching that point somewhere in my mid-20s with my wife, and she was cool about it, but like, yeah, she would go do stuff, and they'd be like, "Where's T-Bob?" He's like, "He didn't want to come."
Yep. No, so I proposed in the spring, knowing I'm like, okay, generally girls schedule weddings about a year out. I was like, this way I will not have a fall wedding because 6 months is too big of a turnaround, and then she's not going to want to wait almost 2 years either. I was like, I will not be the fall wedding person.
Smart.
Well, it irritates me, especially when somebody's like, oh, my wedding's the first Saturday in November. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. No,
Every year you know that the first Saturday in November is the Alabama game. So it's like, if you invite me, I'm not coming. And just know it's not because I couldn't come, it's because I didn't want to.
That's fair. And look, if you're out front and like that, I mean, if you say it like that,
you're smart.
Yep.
I actually appreciate that. If I'm throwing the event, I'm like, I respect it.
It goes back to Coach Prime, like all things nowadays. The best part about Prime is he has a very clear set of expectations, right? You know exactly where you stand, and you know exactly what the bar is going to be, what he is expecting of you. If you don't meet the bar, well, then you're in trouble. If not, like that's all anybody wants to know, where you stand. Corlin Jacob saying using the kid excuse when they're supposed to be in school is suspicious. True. Big true, Corlin.
Yeah.
Emil, is that about a tequila on set? T-Bob headed in the danger zone. Yep, this is that Noel Reposado. This is what I was drinking at Uncle Earl's last night. Actually, for the rest of football season, shout out to our homies. It's only cold Coors Light and Noel for me. We're gonna hop off the mezcal train and hop into some Noel.
And let me tell you, when this man says that, I hope y'all know he means it.
Yeah.
Like that man is loyal to his alcohol.
It's true.
You really are.
So we're gonna switch things up and whiskey and wine now. We're gonna go to Noel Tequila. It's incredible, y'all. I went down to the distillery yesterday, and it just tastes fantastic. But whatever, we'll get there in the live read. Ask the bench, what event would you miss an LSU game for? Asks the sheriff.
What event would I miss an LSU game for?
Like a non-sports event.
The birth of a child.
Yep.
Even though Katie was literally watching Tommy Tanks hit a walk-off home run right before Harlow.
Well, that's the thing, because you have
in the hospital, she's rooting on LSU as Harlow's about to.
Well, because you have 5 kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you've been there, done that. Like,
well, I mean, it's not really like that. It's just like
no, Harlow. You weren't even that pumped when Harlow was born, dude. Be honest.
Oh no,
it was the 5th time, dude. You were kind of like,
yeah, it's my first girl though.
Been there, done that.
Okay, so you're saying Memphis didn't matter.
Yeah, Memphis, little punk. Yeah, anybody that knows me and me and Memphis's relationships, like, yeah, okay. So no, I mean they're all different, But no, I think the first one, like, gosh, we had Jackson whatever day of the week, I think maybe a Wednesday, and I flew to Oakland on Friday for a game. Just like maybe the lifestyle that we had at the time.
Born on a Wednesday and then flew. I mean, yeah, that's the NFL thing. You have to. You can't.
We never had a baby in season again. That was a bad idea.
Yeah,
that's a bad deal.
I think I would miss if I didn't have work responsibilities, right? So in this hypothetical, I'm not skipping work because I couldn't miss work, right? Obviously, I would absolutely skip an LSU game for like another John Williams concert. Not even, I wouldn't even think twice about it. Yeah, easy. I would skip an LSU game for a John Baptiste concert. Absolutely.
What about LSU, Florida?
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
LSU at Alabama.
Say Bama, anything. Does not matter. If I could see John Baptiste live, I would do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm mad that I missed him this last year. Perkins, Heisman Rivers too shame to her face today. I don't know. The streets are saying it.
We're saying it. Streets said, streets.
Yeah, streets, maybe not. I don't know. You don't know. Droopy Balls. My wedding was the Friday of SEC Championship weekend in December. My wife wanted a fall wedding, so I told her it had to be on a Friday. Friday's not bad. And if you're anything like me, look, when I knew that my baby was going to line up last year with the SEC Championship at the very beginning of the season, I was like, don't worry. There is a 0% chance LSU's going. So it's not going to matter. And then, hey, lo and behold.
Oh, yeah, because I was doing shows with Hanny. Yeah, because you weren't there.
I was out.
Yeah.
I missed that. We just launched this new college football show with me and the former Georgia quarterback. The two teams ended up playing in the SEC, and I'm in women's, which I love women's, actually.
Yeah, shout out to women's.
Shout out women's.
That was incredible.
Every day I drive by, I'm like, man, I love that place. It's like an apartment, basically.
Yeah, it is.
Sneaky good room service, Mario. Cheap, too. I guess because you're paying for a lot else. but like the room service cheap, so you feel it's like the Masters. You feel like you're getting an awesome deal. Yeah. And you can just keep ordering it. Just keep going.
I'm so hungry, man.
Me
It's only
too.
9/11.
Me too. No, that was a week ago, or like 11 days.
Hey, can we do this when we come back? I've been saying.
I see you doing some felt tip project over there.
I've been saying I was going to do this on this show because I really love it. I've been doing it for at least 2 years. Actually, Flynn and I maybe did it even going back farther than that. But anyways, I do What's the Ticket? And the way the game plays is I give you a game involving at least one top 25 team, and you have to guess the highest ticket price to get into the game, and then we go lowest ticket as well.
Okay.
And it's fun because, like, on off campus, like, we'll say the lowest ticket, and we'll always have fans call the show or tweet me like, "You're lying. There's no way our team." And it's like, here's the proof.
I mean, it's pretty factual.
It's very fun to do, and there's always a surprise. And so I want to try that out here on this show when we come back.
All right. I am. I'm about it. I'm in. More OTB coming up next.
OTB, OT.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com is the website. I'm thinking, boys, do I go dual minivan? Fully ascend, like we talked about, self-actualization. Or maybe go with the Square. We'll see. The point is, though, I'm going All-Star because I love the selection. I love the people. I love the service. I love the deals they always got going on. I love the customizability, Ooh, what if I got a whiteout minivan? Like, so you get the murder out, and then you got the Stormtrooper.
I think that was pretty tight.
That would be pretty tight.
Yeah.
Actually. That'd be pretty cool.
I've been trying to get that Stormtrooper 4Runner.
Hell yeah. The point is, it's all there for you at All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. And they're right there off of Airline Highway. Maybe you want to buy a Toyota certified used vehicle. Well, guess what? You still get excellent warranty coverage. Maybe you just need to rent. You get cheaper per day rental price than traditional rental companies. Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Life in Louisiana is like a run-on sentence. A poem that doesn't rhyme. Life is here, now. For life's moments, big and small, always there. The right card, the right care.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front to back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of Front to Back Boat Service.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com.
Join me for a Football Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show, presented by Corks Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. Preston Guy of TigerBait.com, talking Tigers as we get you ready for LSU and Arkansas and Saints Packers. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I brought flowers to your door last night. I done you wrong and I wanna make it right. You say I'm not welcome here. I know it ought to be perfectly clear, but I can't help but wonder what it might be like if I had 2 dozen roses.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back.
This is a song we were telling you about yesterday, Shenandoah remaking. You ever heard this song?
I never heard this.
The remake comes out today. It's them and Luke Combs.
Oh, shout out.
I know I hadn't heard it yet, but
I have completely erased that conversation. Who shouldn't know?
the group who sings this song.
They had some bangers in the 90s.
Yeah, they're early 90s.
Yeah, they're good. They're really good.
Meals says Shenandoah does not miss.
He's right. He's right.
Man, that ish slaps. Keep it rolling, says Chan.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to play What's the Ticket? And again, it has to involve at least one top 25 team.
Let me pour a little Noel Reposado here. Go ahead.
All right. And we're going to go highest, and then actually we usually start with lowest, and then we go to highest ticket price. Again, you have to at least have one team in the top 25, and it's always a fun way to kind of see where the fan base is. Now, I'm taking one game off the board, and I usually do this to Bobby too on Fridays, and he knows it's coming, and you'll probably learn that I do this a lot because Ohio State and Notre Dame, $471 to get into the game right now.
Boy. That's a big ticket.
All right, so that one, look, that would win, obviously. So just like, a lot of times those big brands are going to have ticket prices that go through the roof. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let's start with lowest. So I'm going to give you 6 games, and then you tell me which one you think has the lowest ticket.
Okay.
All right, we're going to go Rutgers at Michigan.
Okay.
Oklahoma at Cincinnati. UCLA at Utah. Oregon State at Washington State. UAB at UGA. Or UNC at Pitt. Which one has the lowest ticket price?
I'm between who does Rutgers? No, Rutgers is Michigan.
Rutgers, Michigan.
Who does Cincinnati play?
Oklahoma.
In Cincinnati?
In Cincinnati.
I think it's either that game or what was the last one?
UNC at Pittsburgh.
Those are the two I'm between.
I'm going to go Rutgers, Michigan.
Okay.
I'll go Oklahoma, Cincinnati.
Okay.
I know Oklahoma's undefeated, but that's not much star power
New
right now.
UNC Pitt.
Okay. You two were really far off, actually, because Rutgers at Michigan, $72.
You got to be careful about these big schools.
Oklahoma at Cincinnati, $70.
Yeah.
UCLA at Utah, disappointing, $38. Oregon State at Washington State, $45. UAB at UGA, $44. And T-Bob is the winner.
Hey!
UNC at Pitt, $12.
$12.
$12 to get into the game.
It's Steelers season.
It's a good point. Yeah.
It's Steelers season, guys.
$12. How about Rutgers at Michigan? $72.
Yeah, I thought
Rutgers
that was
undefeated,
be,
by the way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, Rutgers playing well.
So what? Follow that up. So what? What do you want to tell?
2 quarters would be close.
Okay. But, I mean, are you saying that Rutgers is good?
Actually, not bad.
Okay.
Their quarterback's kind of dynamic. He's a dual threat guy.
Is it still Greg Schiano?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. $72 for that game. Shout out Michigan fans. Utah fans, $38. Ranked on ranked matchup? I don't know. It's a little low. All right, let's go to the highest ticket price. All right, here we go. Is it Arkansas at LSU? Florida State at Clemson? Texas at Baylor? Iowa at Penn State, whiteout game? Ole Miss at Alabama? Or Colorado at Oregon?
I feel like this has got to be Ole Miss, Alabama. The only thing about Colorado, Oregon, no, got to be Ole Miss, Alabama.
Okay.
Colorado at Oregon is my guess.
Yeah.
I mean, Autzen Stadium, Colorado undefeated.
It's going to be loud.
Going on.
It's going to be loud.
Yeah.
All right, Taylor?
All right, I'll go a little different. It's the whiteout game. I'll go Penn State.
No chance.
All right, here we
I
go.
agree, but I just
Arkansas
would've
at LSU, $45.
Mhm.
Florida State at Clemson, $54.
Okay.
Ole Miss at Alabama, $63.
Okay.
Texas at Baylor, $78.
What?
Colorado at Oregon, $81.
What?
And Taylor, ding, ding, ding. Iowa at Penn State, $150.
What?
Jeez.
To get into the game.
So much for
Why?
offense sells tickets.
Yeah.
It's the whiteout game. It's at night. It's a top 25 matchup.
Yeah, but I just didn't think that Iowa or Penn State had the, I don't know. I just didn't think they had the juice to push it up that high. Okay.
How about, Texas at Baylor, $78.
That was my next guess.
All
That
right.
makes no sense.
I know. Like, what?
That's why Texas has $50 million in there.
Yeah, I was about to say,
They
that's,
just have way too much money.
yeah,
That's just a bunch of rich
and then
kids.
Baylor's got a lot of money too.
Yeah,
so I was
that's
like,
true.
that was my next guess. I was like, those two schools have a lot of
I
money.
would say my
So
most
rich
disappointed
woman.
doing the research this week would be Ole Miss and Alabama, $63. That's a little disappointing.
Nikki's lost it.
Florida
there.
State at Clemson, $54.
I mean, Nick Saban's lost it. I don't know what to tell you.
And then Utah and
Dabo's
UCLA, as
lost
I
it,
already
too.
mentioned.
Dabo's lost it too.
And then also like
Wait, what's the Utah price?
$38.
Yeah. All right.
UCLA top 25 team. Cam Rising might play for the first time.
But UCLA is obviously bringing no fans, right? I mean, like UCLA is
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
true.
That is all Utah fans creating that price point. That UCLA is.
So I'm not
can't
going to
get it at
put
home.
this our guy, one of my guys that works at Sirius, but he lives out in LA, works at the LA studio, and he goes to a game every week, and he always goes to the Coliseum and not the Rose Bowl. I'm like, hey, why do you do that? He goes, have you seen the videos and the difference in crowd that we put out? He's like, there's 17 people at the Rose Bowl right now. Now, some of that's because of who
Wait,
they played.
who's saying this?
A producer we have, Sirius XM, who does a lot of stuff because he's already at the LA studio. And yeah, UCLA right now, man, it's just they can't get people in the stands, and they don't have any. And so, like, does the Big Ten help that out? Like them getting
No.
that? I mean,
No.
now you're gonna have. We always say Rutgers in this, so I'm going to go to another team. Maryland traveling to UCLA. Ain't nobody coming out to watch that.
No, it's going to be so
And
embarrassing.
it sucks. They're a good team.
Well, the best part's going to be when they're on like 2:30 CBS, and Brad and Gary are having to call Maryland UCLA into just a sparsely populated Rose Bowl with a giant UCLA med tarp covering half the stadium. Fantastic. Love it. Love it. Did y'all know that?
I mean, they have like more Jumpman banners in the Rose Bowl than fans. It's terrible.
Did you know that?
Go support your team.
I agree. Isn't it kind of hard to get to, though, the stadium?
It's not hard to get to.
I mean, I remember going,
It's-
but I don't live there, so I don't know how it works. Like,
It's
you
a
live there.
process.
Yeah.
Parking, walking in. Yeah, it's a process.
Do y'all know what the official state amphibian is of Louisiana?
I'm gonna guess frog.
I'm gonna guess a frog as well.
I don't know.
That's just the first thing I think of when I think of amphibian, honestly.
Yeah, I live.
And then we have a lot of frog legs.
I live with
down
water
here,
in my
so-
backyard, and there's frogs everywhere.
Yeah, Louisiana tree frog. It's actually Noel's logo there.
That's why I asked
Louisiana
you
tree frog.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, hey, tell me about that frog, bro.
It's known for it's like persistence and everything else, which kind of speaks to the Noel story. Let's see. Louisiana tree frog has a territorial call at dusk to ward off rival mates, an antagonistic call when he encounters another male, and a mating call to attract female. That makes sense. You drink enough delicious Noel tequila, you'll be doing the same thing. I see that at Tiger Bar. You see that at Tigerland every time at 2 a.m. There's a bunch of crazy old tree frogs running around fighting one another, trying to sleep with people.
I'll be damned. I mean, you got into a little bit of that last night, so
exactly. I've still never eaten frog legs. Isn't that crazy?
What?
Yeah, never, not once in my life. And it's not like I'm like, I love all food. It's not like I'm like,
Oh.
gross frog legs.
So
I've never been like, who has the best frog legs? Hook me up, bro.
I don't. In Baton Rouge, that's a good question. That is.
Ooh, do you see like a thick frog? You're like,
I don't really care how people take this. I love, and I got a great relationship with the family that owns it, Mulots. I love going to Mulots. Like I know what I'm getting. It's fried food. It's always tasty, and I like to bring people that are not from, Louisiana or whatever, and we'll go get frog. I love their frog legs. In New Orleans.
Okay.
It's where we went 07 national champion. Maybe that's a Sugar Bowl for you.
We went to a lot of different places.
Yeah.
I feel like during those weeks.
But
we spent like 10 days. It felt like there.
The look on Doring's face, and so we went during 2019 national championship, and it was like a blend of LSU people and then Sirius XM people, and we went to Mulots, and the look on Chris Doring's face when I was like, I'll take a Jameson and water and some frog legs to start, and it was like 11 a.m. He's like, what? And you got a Jameson at 11, and 2, you ordered frog legs.
This is the way.
It's like, you're from Gainesville. Is it not? Is it crazy that people in Gainesville would order frog legs?
Gainesville, are they trading on a little bit of stolen redneck valor? Because, like, they're kind of smart. They're all about their academics.
The journalism school.
Yeah, there's, like, concrete everywhere.
And then, a lot of rich people retire there, so not even from there.
dude.
So it's like, yeah, I get you.
Like, they're not really that country, Bob.
As far as frog legs go, T-Bob, Préjean's in Lafayette, really, really good Cajun restaurant. Hot Tails in New Roads, another good one.
Okay, I would
they
say,
actually have a Hot Tails in Prairieville now.
I was going to say, if you're asking me, do I trust frog legs from Préjean's in Lafayette? Yes. The answer is,
It's good.
The answer is very clearly yes.
They got really good gator bites as well. Good
Absolutely,
place.
dude. Daniel Basham, frog legs at 11 is a true giga move. It's actually a good thing. Giga Chad. It means it's like an alpha move. You know that? Your kids say Giga Chad?
No.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if a Chad move.
Giga Bowser?
What's Giga Bowser?
Super Smash Bros. He's like one of the bosses.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never played the Super Smash Bros. Single player.
Yeah, it's
I
like
only ever played it like at friends' houses, like,
No, that's in Melee, I believe. It's like one of the bosses. It's like a roided up Bowser.
Melee's the GameCube one, right?
Yes.
I only played the one on N64.
God, I love that you have
Look
that.
at that. If you're watching on youtube.com/1045.
Are you going to hook that up on the office?
Look, we can't because we don't have a CRT TV. We'd have
I'll
to get
bring one in.
We'd have to get a I'm missing the red, white, and yellow connectors.
Tell me what we need.
We need that. I got a power. I got power right here.
Yeah.
We probably, instead of getting a CRT TV, we should just get there's converters that you can use, I think, to go to like HDMI or something.
All right, we got
to look at this, guys. Found this while cleaning it. A full N64.
That's awesome.
Original copy.
You have controllers? We need those too. Okay,
No, we might need controllers.
so we need controllers.
We need everything.
We need
Well, and I don't know if it
cords.
works.
You don't know if it works.
No. I dropped it coming in this morning by accident.
Dude, you have the worst hands of all time.
That's not true. I got
you
great
drop
hands.
stuff
No, I got great
all
hands.
the time.
No. I got great hands.
I mean, I know that the Lord didn't do you any benefits by giving you the size of hands, but
I was carrying a big bucket full of stuff.
what stuff?
Random cords and old audio equipment. I was like, might as well bring it in the office. It's just taking up space here at the house.
I hope it works.
When we get back, more OTB.
OTB, OT.
Ooh, boys, I'm coming alive. Thanks, this Reposado. And I want to talk to you about Noel Family Distillery, man. So like I said, I went there yesterday, and I toured the distillery, and the distillery is cool. But the bottom line is, I believe in the product, right? Like, I love it. I tasted the tequila. I tasted the tequila, the Blanco, and the Reposado. The Reposado aged in whiskey barrels gives like this great sweetness. I tasted the vodka, the pickle vodka, the rum. The rum aged in tequila barrels, which was real unique. But the point is, all of it, Noel Family Distillery, Natalie and Chip Noel have grinded for over 5 years, shaping, crafting, creating a premium taste experience. And guess what? It's already at your bars and everything, Jake. Go ask for it. Why are we buying Austin vodka? Okay?
Nerds.
Keep it in the boot. Ask for Noel when you go to the bar. It's the best. Noel Family Distillery.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Scoocha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail.
This Sunday as we bring you 3 NFL games, starting with our noon kickoff, the New England Patriots against the New York Jets. Immediately following that game, it's the Chicago Bears against the Kansas City Chiefs. And then our nightcap, the Steelers and the Raiders. Tune in here on 104.5 ESPN.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
T, I know we're going to talk Saints here, but you haven't given me a word yet since Monday. You gave me flummoxed on Monday. Hartsock gave me benevolence, and I'm writing these words down.
I got one that I've been using a lot lately.
All right.
Panacea.
Panacea, okay.
It's like a cure-all. Like a solution to all your problems. So, I don't think that Kendre Miller is a panacea for the Saints, but it is an improvement. Just because Kendre Miller is back on Sunday against the Packers does not mean that the Saints offense is going to be great, but I think it helps, and I'm excited to see him. I mean, he's your third-round pick at a position that's very exciting. If you can get, we talk about all the time, if you can get value out of a running back on a rookie contract, that's massive in terms of team building. He was excellent in college. He had some hype going in camp. I'm excited to see him, man.
I'm a little surprised by how this game is being viewed. Right now, ESPN matchup predictor, Green Bay 53.3% chance to win. They're the home team, but just looking at how the Saints have played defensively going against a young offense, an offense I do think has potential, but still a young offense that has had their struggles, certainly closing out games. I'm a little surprised, and we were talking about yesterday, 3 of the 4 on ESPN picked the Green Bay Packers to win the game. I'm surprised by that.
No respect for the Saints thus far.
None at all.
I don't know if it's just I don't know exactly what it is because, and I'm not, I don't care if people think the Saints are going to be good or not, but I don't know what they're getting dinged for. A lack of offense?
Yeah.
But then it's like.
Hey, Derek Carr, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. I think that's
what I think
some of it.
No, but what I'm saying is, though, but you have a clearly elite defense, right? Like you have a defense. And so my point is, I think when we talk about it a lot of times, I think we sort of forget that it's not just how your offense is. How good is your defense? That you can win games defensively, and the Saints are proving that right now. And I think Jordan Love's going to struggle. It's funny how quickly the story changed on Jordan Love, right? Week 1, he's awesome. Who's Aaron Rodgers? Week 2, all of a sudden, it felt like that.
Yeah.
Until that last quarter and a half, and then everything shifted.
Yeah, Saints right now are 5th in total defense. No surprise there.
No.
That they're a top 5 defense.
Who's first in total defense?
Dallas Cowboys.
Oh.
He knew that. Dallas, Cleveland, Atlanta, San Francisco, and New Orleans. And I'd give San Francisco a nod that they've played 3 games already. So, if we're going by averages, I would say San Francisco is probably going to be closer to 3. Yeah, that'd be 3 for sure right now than 4. But, yeah, New Orleans still a top 5 defense. I think, but what we're talking about is Derek Carr, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Jordan Love has 6 touchdown passes already. You look at leading rushers. Taysom Hill's your leading rusher.
Yeah.
With 12 carries for 79 yards. But I will say the difference in this matchup, the leading receiver for Green Bay is Aaron Jones, the running back, who didn't play last week and still the leading receiver. So Chris Olave, 14 for 198, leading receiver for the Saints. And so what they've done is they've played elite defense and done enough on offense and made the big play when they had to make it, right? Rashid Shaheed on a couple double moves. Chris Olave with a 42-yard one-hand catch.
Best part of the team.
That's when they've put the game away. So you're expecting it to go up because you've got nothing from your rushing attack. And so that's not going to fall on Derek Carr. That's going to fall really on the offensive line. Jamal Williams questionable for this game. You get Kendre Miller back, and then soon AK's coming back. So you keep going down the road. This is the last week, and you start to feel like, okay, just kind of like I talked about with Utah in the college game. Just find a way, right? Piece it all together, whatever it takes. It might look ugly against Baylor, right? You looked good against Florida. It might look a little chunky, whatever you want to call it against.
Chunky plays.
Weber State. I could not think who.
Yes.
Guys, Dame Lillard was the only thing in my head. Weber State. Okay, that's the only.
Beat UNC that one year.
They did. 15 seed, 2, 15?
I think so. I don't know.
So look, you weathered the storm until you get your guy back in AK, and your offensive line hopefully figures some things out. So
that's what I'm a little worried about here. And if you wanted to ding the Saints, it would be the O-line, and the Packers do have a pretty good defensive front. So that's got to be the point of focus for things that could maybe potentially make you lose this game.
No Marcus May, we know that, right? Going to be suspended. So right now the injury report looks like Marcus May out, Jamal Williams questionable, Foster Moore questionable. I would expect Foster to be available in the game.
It's interesting, too, because remember when Trey Hendrickson started to catch on as a pass rusher, but every week it was kind of like, well, can he keep it going? Is it a flash in the pan?
Yeah.
Like Carl Granderson's going through a bit of that right now. He has been dominant, but I don't think, the average fan definitely does. Like the average NFL fan definitely has no idea who Carl Granderson is. And I feel like even the people that know are still probably like, okay, he's been great. But now that he's put so much great tape out there, like, can he keep going? If a team starts to kind of focus on you, game plan you a little bit, can you continue to put up the numbers that you have thus far? I'm excited to see. Again, Jordan Love, though, should be in a mental bind this game. Like, the Saints defense is elite. Jordan Love, he should not have success this game.
Yeah, to steal something from the Pelicans, his brain should be in a blender.
Yes, exactly.
That should be what it is. And Carl Granderson, I'll put it out there. He is that guy. He's the guy that he's been playing like.
Okay, there we go.
He was one of the guys we talked about in the offseason. Everybody kept trying to talk about, the other guy. Peyton Turner was one.
Yeah.
First rounder. What did he do, Mario? He blocked something. We all know that, okay? Carl Granderson
beat the Falcons because of that, unlike the Packers.
Exactly. Carl Granderson, last year, if you go back and you look at his snaps, when he was given the opportunity, he played at an incredibly high level.
Yeah.
You go get Isaiah Foskey, who wasn't even dressed in the first game, plays, 12 plays in the second game. All right? Sometimes you don't have to replace the guy. Sometimes you can let the guy be the guy just because he wasn't drafted in the first or second round. So for me, let him go out there and be that guy, because right now, watch him pre-snap. He's got as much confidence as any player out there.
True.
He's walking around, he's talking trash, he's head bobbing, he's ready to go,
All
man.
he's missing is a good basketball move.
I don't know that he's there yet. You got to let Cam do it first.
That's all he's missing, dude. A little crossover, AI, man. Offensively, so the O-line worries me. I'm excited Miller back. The O-line plays well. Then I think you're going to see continued improvement. And I got to say, for all of Derek Carr's maybe subpar play lately, nobody is more aware of it than he is, right? Like, he's been very this is on me. Like, I've been playing bad, and I've got to be better. And I trust him. He's a vet. I think he will get it figured out. And again, I don't care, because he's making the plays to win. And I would rather you have that inherently and work on cleaning it up and getting on rhythm with your guys at the majority of the game, rather than have to learn how to be clutch, because that's all that matters. Every game's going to be close. I don't care. Every game's going to be close. It's the NFL.
Yeah.
All that matters is how you finish. And Derek Carr at least scores very highly right there now.
If you're wondering real quick about the Packers injury report, Christian Watson, very speedy, talented receiver, he did not practice on Thursday. He's still questionable, but if you don't practice on Thursday in the NFL, a lot of times that's a pretty good sign that you're not going to be ready to go. Aaron Jones, very talented running back, limited capacity on Thursday's practice. He missed last week with a hamstring injury. Hamstrings aren't usually a one-week injury, so if he's out, that's, to a defense that's playing elite already, leading rusher, leading receiver, if he was out, big advantage for the Saints.
Yeah, I was listening to NFL Films music to get pumped up this morning, because when you go to when I think of NFL Films, I think of Lambeau, right? And hearing the bells come in and a slow motion shot of snow. What's the temperature up there? I feel like the boys are going to feel like they're in heaven. We surely it's 60s, 70s.
Yeah, I saw it earlier. It is going to be 65 degrees at kickoff.
Dude, our boys going to be flying around. Feeling good.
65 and sunny.
Getting out of this heat. Hell yeah, that's a perfect day for football right there.
God, 65 degrees. What's that like?
65 and sunny, man.
Must be nice.
In September?
My house was 82 last night.
Jeez.
That's tight.
Nothing better, too, than, as if drunk sleep isn't already awful enough. Throw in 82 degrees. Just get some sweat in there. Feel real bad when you wake up.
Actually, maybe the sweat might not have been a bad thing.
I woke up, I stumbled in the closet, and I just laid on the closet floor for 10 minutes. I don't know.
Set an alarm?
What are we gonna do?
No, I know you're not an alarm setter.
No, my brain. I have a daily alarm set, but my brain's broken, and I just woke up 10 minutes before it went off. Yeah, whatever. When we get back, Ask the Bench, closing out a week. It's been a fun week, boys. More to be next.
OTB, OT.
K2ZBlinds.com. We tell them about you every day. Tell them about you? No, we tell you about them every single day. Yeah, I call K2Z. I'm like, hey, guys, you should have seen chat today.
You should have seen it. It was great. We talked about this, that, the other.
And if you want to select this, that, or the other for your custom Windows jobs, you want K2Z window coverings. KTOZblinds.com is the website. Remember, you get that free professional estimate when they come and look at your home, free installation, and if it's like a really big project, maybe a little more expensive, they will work with you to find financing options that work. Because the bottom line is they want you, your backyard, your setup to achieve the status that you've always dreamed. Take it to the next level with K2Z.
Hey, man, I've been telling y'all, they came out last week. Incredibly easy process. They came in, got all the measurements that they needed. It took 4 minutes, and they have multiple colors to choose from. And that outdoor patio screen you've been waiting on, go to K2Zblinds.com.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done, or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
Scoocha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to Six Rings.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for a Football Friday edition of AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Phil Steele previews the biggest games of the college football weekend. The Riot Radio Hours return. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
But first, Tears for Fears.
Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. There's no turning back. Welcome to your life. 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 There's no turning back. Welcome to your life
There's no turning back.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
All right, we've got another one, boys. The LP Pontoon Parlay. Always pays. This is a big boy. Plus 1,200 on this one, guys.
Ooh, okay. All right, here we go.
Okay, so we got UNC minus 7.5.
UNC minus 7.5.
Kansas minus 9.5. And that's going to be on the road at Pittsburgh. UNC on the road at Pittsburgh. Kansas at home against BYU. Okay. Under 40 in Iowa Penn State. And Rutgers plus
Let's get weird. Let's
24.
get weird.
Shiano, I swear to God, if you F this up.
Yeah, Shiano. We're believing in you to keep it within 3 touchdowns and some change, buddy.
$10 bet.
Come on.
Pays out $135. Let's go, boys. Big money. Boop. Placed on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Boop. And look, if you want to play any football this weekend, you want DraftKings. Remember, all customers get not one, but 2 great deals on NFL game days. So look for those deals on Sunday. If you're downloading the DraftKings app for the first time, use the promo code Baton Rouge, all one word. You bet $5 on an NFL game, you get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Okay, $5, $200 instantly. The crown is yours. DraftKings Sportsbook app. 21 or older, 50 present Louisiana. Select parishes only. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms. Licensee partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambler problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER 1-426-2537. Ask the bench. Brought by Cold Curse Light, Busy Hard Seltzer, Blue Moon, Lot Sky, Citrus Sweet. I cannot wait, my God, to have a Cold Coors Light today at the end of the day today. It's going to hit so good. Might even put some Lord of the Rings on there. Ask the bench, which LSU sporting event for the past would you most want to attend if you could?
The first one that popped into my head, Warren Morris, game-winning home run, College World Series.
Oh, easily. Great answer.
I'll go Earthquake game. Heard so many stories. It would be cool to be there in person.
I hear the game was not great leading it to that point, though.
But still, that moment.
Kind of like a messy game,
A lot of pent-up frustration that came out all at once.
Yeah. Would be cool to experience that and literally feel the stadium shaking, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe restart that song or whatever. There we go. Ask the bench, favorite brand of smoked sausage. I don't have a brand, I don't think.
Down Home Meats.
Rouse's has some, Fire Manda deals.
Does that have to be smoked sausage or just like, can it just be sausage in a pack?
You know what's underrated? A good summer sausage.
Yeah.
Love a summer sausage. Ask the bench. Why am I at work on a Friday? Good question.
It's a great question.
4-day work week. Make it happen, guys.
I mean, T-Bob and I both still have shows and things.
Hey, what did Kirby say? Win the moment. It's all we're focusing on. The next moment. The next question. Ask the bench. When's the last time you had an ice cream cone? Actually, a couple weeks ago.
Last night.
It was great.
I had ice cream last night, but it wasn't in a cone.
I had an ice cream cone last night.
So that doesn't count, Taylor.
Yeah, it doesn't count. You're right. You're right. I'm apologizing.
I had a drumstick. Katie bought a box of drumsticks.
Oh, yeah. Drumstick goes down real easy.
So good.
Real easy. Ask the bench. What's better? Hot tub when it's cold outside or cold pool when it's hot outside?
Hot tub when it's cold outside. Elite combination.
Yeah, because a cold pool is still it's refreshing, but it's still a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Nobody steps into a hot tub and is like, I feel bad.
Yeah.
But I also can't hang out in a hot tub that long. Sort of feel very like, Ask the bench. How much would 2019 LSU be favored by over the 72 Dolphins? I don't know. I can't, my brain's not, I can't.
You even Larry Zonka.
Who do you think would be favored? I don't know. I don't know anything about the 72 Dolphins. So they were undefeated.
Yep. Mercury Morris, Larry Zonka, Bob Greasy.
Ask the bench, what's better, Boudreaux and Thibodeau jokes or Aggie jokes?
Aggie jokes.
Nah, Boudreaux and Thibodeau jokes are the best. Ask the bench, please explain what Andrew Luck did to offend the show. Okay, I'm sorry. A lot of people did send me this, and we never even played it or mentioned it. But Andrew Luck showed up in full meme fashion, came out the woodwork last night, and was dressed as Civil War Captain Andrew Luck. Very funny. I didn't see it, though. I was at the kindergarten meetup. What did he do? He just, talked?
I don't know. I didn't see it. It's the first time hearing about it.
Oh, really? I think it was everywhere.
They had like a trivia. There's like a trivia or something, like post-game show on Amazon or something.
He does?
No, I think they do, and he was there because I guess he still lives in the Bay Area, maybe from his time at Stanford.
Quick, Emil needs a Big Ten play and an SEC team for his survival pool. He's already used Rutgers, Indiana Whiskey, Ole Miss, Florida A&M. How's that work? You got to pick a winner from this weekend?
Duke over UConn, AC, or he needs ACC or Big Ten.
It's too late. Sorry, no. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you on Monday.
OTB, OT.
Patient Plus Urgent Care, Patient Plus UC.com. And if you've been to Patient Plus, you know how incredibly nice it is. You know the quality care that you get. You know how we're immediately, from when you walk in, you see the difference in facilities. You're like, oh my God, okay, I get what T-Bob's always talking about. Now, what you don't know is that starting now, just started this week, you can now get a Patient Plus monthly membership, $20 a month. And I know you're like, oh my God, T-Bob, I already paid too much stuff per month. But here's the deal. You go twice in a year, you're already coming out ahead. And guess what? It allows for unlimited visits, y'all. Steroid shots, COVID testing, cold, flu, anything, ear infection, any unlimited visits, $20 a month. There's family plans, right? Each additional person past 3 people, it's just $10 extra. If you buy for a year, it's 10% off. So you just pay one lump sum and you stay healthy for the entire, it's an incredible deal, y'all. Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com, patientplusuc.com. Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there.